take off a couple of heads a night. Somebody give me a guillotine. I just might ride on my enemies. Dog and I fuck on my energy. Nowadays they just talk, but they talk about nothing. Nowadays everybody wanna say something. Goddamn, I'm the man and it feel like it. Give a damn about a hater when I feel like it. Not today, not today, not today, not tomorrow. Get out my way, please, I'm trying to get paid.
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It is your boy Ernie. Ooh, I just realized how loud I was. Let me bring that down a little taste. What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It is your boy Ernie, the Blerd Without Fear. It's just me right now at the moment. I'm waiting on Robo to restart his computer. But in the meantime, welcome to episode 1. No, actually, no. Almost put too many digits in there. Welcome to episode 82 of the Nerds of Culture podcast. We are the Woke Shade Room. We are the Woke Breakfast Club. We are the Woke New York Undercover of YouTube. We are the Woke DEO. We are the Woke Justice Gang of YouTube. And also all of those things with a dash of Sasson. We do all that. We have all those. We got all of those things. We're all in there. We're in there. We're in there. I love this. Here, can I let me see if I can get this to, because now everything is acting like it doesn't want to work when I want it to work. It's kind of weird how, oh, there it is. He is here. So here's the funny thing, Robo. Here's the funny thing, and I don't know if you're gonna laugh at this or I don't know. You might cry. Shit. Hold on. Let me switch the scene up. You might cry. Shit. I don't know. So like I told you, I didn't restart my computer, but I did I did force close Discord and turn it back on. But sure shit, whatever it was, it works now.
Oh, it was good.
Yeah. You're good. You're good. You're
okay.
You're in there. You're
no
in
crying.
there.
No tears.
No tears. But no, you're actually just in time, because I was going to show this from Bone Factory with the 2. It says, House of L, son, get a hoe in every zip code. Dude, you know what? I'm not a fan of AI.
Get hoes.
Like, I actually hate generative AI with a passion. It has it's one of those things where it's just like, ugh, man, it's terrible. There are ways to create things that look kind of like to get that same effect of like AI without actually doing AI. There's a way,
right.
But you just have to know the way. But I will say this: as much as I hate that shit, I do want to share something with y'all based on what Bone Factory had just shared.
Hey, put out your virtual cam. I want to see.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. You know what? Because you know what?
The restart.
I restart everything, so you know.
Right.
See.
I got you.
See. But no, I want to share this just real quick. Here, let's. I think I have this set up right. Here we go. Let's go right here.
Yes, get all them hoes, my son.
Get them hoes, as many hoes as you can.
Yes, get all them hoes, my son.
Get them hoes, as many hoes as you can.
I love it. I'm here for it, 100%.
See, look, right when you think you hate AI, they come out and be like, it's like, you know what it's like? It's like when your little kid says a real bad cuss word.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like,
100%.
All right, don't smile, don't laugh in front. He's gonna think it's okay.
Right. It's like, see, now AI thinks that I'm cool with it. See,
That's right.
They're like, and see, the other part too is that, like, because I think I shared it and said something about it, but like, and I even said, I was like, yeah, fuck AI, but this is funny. Right. But there was like some people were like, how you're a hypocrite. I was like, look, man. Okay,
Whatever.
look, man, if you saw that shit and didn't laugh, that's on you. That's just funny. I'm sorry. Just because something is problematic doesn't mean that it can't be at least a little funny.
Facts.
I'm about to say,
I mean, did you say something the other day? Like, where is it? Like there've been like racist jokes.
Yeah,
I forget who we were talking with. I think it was you and Chris. We were like, sometimes you hear a joke, you're like, I'm supposed to be mad. That was pretty good, though.
Yeah, right. It's like you know what? Grant, this was a very long time ago. We're talking like the Stone Age. But I remember the first time someone told me like one of the most racist jokes I've ever heard in my life. But it was kind of slick funny because it caught me off guard. Like I wouldn't laugh at it today. I wouldn't laugh at it today, but just like the fact that it literally caught me slipping and made me giggle, I was like, man, you know what? I kind of want to cut up. Like, yeah, they used to cut up credit cards back in the 80s and shit. I almost wanted to like take my own credit card, like take my black card and be like, and just cut it up. Damn. But no, this dude told me a joke. He was like, hey, what's the difference between a black man and a picnic table? You know where it's going.
It's already bad.
Yeah, you already know where it's going. And he was like, man, a picnic table can feed and support a family. And I was just like,
that's rough. See, it actually didn't go as bad as I thought it was. No. You're the old wives' tale about why it's called picnic and all that. Okay, that's where I thought you were going.
No.
I was like, oh, this is going to be bad.
But being a guy who grew up like not knowing my biological father, I was like, kind of tracks. I was kind of like, I'm not saying all, but I mean,
I shouldn't admit it because I'm not black, but I guess I'd be canceled, but I'm not going to tell the joke. That's where I'll draw the line. But I did hear one. It was like, you know what? It was on that same comedy show where the dude was calling, they called Puerto Rico a floating pile of trash or some shit like that. Remember that dude? It's his show.
Yeah.
One of the contestants, you know how they get that all like, you know, we're not politically correct or whatever. And it was with the white girl. And it was talking about how like she still struggles with racism. And the punchline, it was just so like, it was just, I just couldn't, I knew I should be upset. Like, fuck her. Then also like,
it's like, damn, that was kind of slick.
Okay. All right. Let me stop.
Look, man, sometimes
if y'all want to hear the joke, you gotta say it in chat. That way I can believe chat.
Yeah. See? I'm just saying, like it's a thing, man. Like I said, it's one of those things. I ain't proud of that shit, but like it did catch me off guard.
Yeah.
You know, but
you know what it's really about? It's about like sometimes you hear something and it's like, you know, if said within the privacy, you know, it's like when you make fun of like, you know, when Latinos make fun of each other for like not know how to speak English or something, or their English sucks. It's like, yeah, we make fun of our cousins and shit like that about, you know, being fresh off the boat or whatever. But then you hear somebody else say it, it's like, all right, that's a funny joke, but I don't think you're the one supposed to be saying that fucking joke right there.
Right? It's like, I'm gonna need. It's that you have like a Tropic Thunder. You're like, no, what do you mean?
That's right. That's right.
Like, what do you mean? You get a little too big for your britches.
That's
but
right.
No, I actually had to have a good like sturdy laugh about this. Since Superman came out, which by the way, if you have not seen it yet, you are in the wrong goddamn place because we are about to spoil the fuck out of it soon.
100%.
Soon, very soon.
Are we getting a video? Are we gonna get a why everyone hates Superman video?
I mean, I thought about it. I've actually seriously considered.
Like how hot the Iron Heart went,
right?
How hot that went. That shit struck like iron, like a fire. I don't even know what the saying is, but it struck like that.
Well, honestly, so I actually thought it was kind of hilarious because at first when it kind of dropped, like it was people were watching it, but they weren't like watching it. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna kind of wait, see where this goes. And then I came back a little later. It was like, oh, lots of people are watching it. And I was like, oh shit, a whole bunch of people are watching. And then I started seeing, like, I haven't seen a whole heap of a lot, but I actually have seen some people like reacting to it. So I was like, okay,
Really?
right.
See, that's I like seeing shit like that. Even if it's negative.
Yeah.
Like, when those fools like clip this show and they're talking about like, oh, that's cool. That's neat.
Dude, you know what? I still think back on that time that someone actually like showed me where someone took one of our episodes and
responded to it.
And tried to respond to it. And when I say respond to it, I mean respond to it negatively.
Of course.
Because what else are you gonna do, man? We're like I said,
Right.
we're the Justice Gang. We're the Justice Gang, okay? We're the woke Justice Gang, okay? So that is what I don't make the rules. But no, this dude, and he was like, it was funny because whenever someone in his chat would bring up like how we had a good point, he would gloss over that shit. Even when it was in a super chat, he would gloss over that shit. Like he would read it and he would quickly get it off the screen.
Oh, it was when old girl was on the thing.
Yeah, it was when Alyssa was on.
Yeah.
It was when Alyssa was on. And it was kind of funny too because like I don't know what their fascination is with this, but like even the thumbnail was kind of like wild, like it wasn't like, to me it wasn't problematic, but like I was like, you had to think of me like this. Like he did this thing where it's like
I want to know, what is it?
I forget, it was some guy named Hypnotic or whatever, but like he had like on the thing, if I remember correctly, I was drooling. Like I was doing like the anime waifu drool thing, and I was like, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I don't have the wherewithal to mock up an image of someone like that. That's not someone I'm attracted to. Like, and I'm not even attracted to that sort of thing, but it's just like, I'm like, man, you're kind of telling on yourself. I was like, man, do you like me? Because I mean,
are you hitting on me right now? I mean, it's okay if you are.
I was like, if you are, I mean, that's cool. I mean, I'm not gonna be mad. I'm gonna rock with it. But like, because I'll do the same thing I used to do when I would go to to go hang out at gay bars. I mean, I wasn't there to pick up anybody, and usually when I was there with the girl I was dating. But like, I would do the same thing. Be like, oh man, I appreciate you, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna be that guy. Be like, man, don't you touch me, give me cooties. No, I'd be like, thanks. Hey man, dude, you're really attractive. Like, you too. Yeah. I mean, I can't do anything with that, but I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, you're a handsome man.
Shit, it'll give me my self-esteem. I'll be like, all right.
And I'm like, all right, I'm ready. Look, I'm like, look, it's that moment.
Shit to me.
It's basically it's the moment that that everything activates and you're like, all right, I'm thinking I'm back.
He's beginning to believe.
Yes, I know kung fu. Like that's all it ever is. That's all it ever is. But
here's my lunch money. Go country father with the $2.
Oh, so sweet.
I want to say thank you, but then now I feel like a bully. Like,
give me your shit.
He's like, just take it. Just
like,
take that money. Just take. That's all I got.
He's like, man, just get it up out of here, man. Just.
Oh, appreciate
like, can you just take my shit. Just take it. That said, too, we also got another one from Bone Factor with 2 says, thanks for looking after my woke bitch.
I don't even remember the context, but it's funny.
It's hilarious. I love it. Okay. And I actually made sure I came prepared for this shit. Also, I was going to say, too, before we go any further, hold on, let me. Okay, so I don't know what would be. We'll do it this way. Jump into the waiting room. There.
If I see him, I'll pull him up.
Yeah. I think he was looking for like hours, but I was trying to tell him like go in the waiting room first. So you ain't gonna see this shit. There he is. There he is. I see it. Go ahead and pull him up.
All right. Memquin.
Hey, some nigga named Quinn. What's going on? How you doing, Pip? How you doing?
Hanging in there, man. No real complaints to speak of.
Hey, I'm not like, look, I respect it. I respect it. Actually, here, let me
Living the dream.
I mean, honestly, if there was anything to live, there you go. There we go. We got him. We get here. Let me mess with something real quick. Let's mess with some settings. Here we need to make
a 3-man.
Okay,
yeah.
so I need to, yeah.
No, yeah, you
do. I need
you
to
good?
turn it?
No,
You.
Oh, that works.
Yeah, there you go.
Together.
There you go, man. Handle your shit. Handle your shit.
The other one.
I'm not even mad at you. I'm not even mad at you.
All right.
I just want to say that you're the artist, right?
Yeah.
Why are you dressed? And why is your hair and your shirt exactly how like how I picture an artist would dress? Of course you're gonna go here looking fly and shit. Well, I mean, t-shirts and shit. It's like, oh yeah, I do art. You should be embarrassed. Why would you wear that on
I was out with the missus.
Okay.
This is all the responsibility of trying to look like an adult. That's all.
There you go.
Hey.
There you go. I feel you there.
It'd be like that.
Well, you gotta wait for the look too, because you come out, you look at her, and she either goes, You gonna wear that? Nope. I'm not. I'm gonna go change actually. Or she's like, oh wow, nice. Is that shirt I bought you? Like, sure is.
I do color of the day around the house. That's the way that I move. That way we're uniform. I don't get in any trouble, and I can keep up with my group when we're in a crowd.
There it is.
Be like,
I don't want no trouble.
I was just trying this on. I just wanted to see if it still fit.
Yeah,
that's what you say.
Right.
That's what you got to say.
You get it. And like she's good about taking me to the section that she wants me to get my clothes from. So I just take the hint and I go ahead and play ball. That's usually the way to do it.
Yep, that's the one that matters.
Well, for those who do not know, for those who are not aware, I'm gonna put y'all on game just right quick before we go any further. But this is the homie right here, Quinn McGowan, which you should go follow. Because my boy's out here.
Quinn McGowan art on Instagram.
Oh yeah, no. All of them. Go on all of them.
All of them. Yeah, just go. Yeah, I'm around.
Go everywhere. Also, y'all have probably heard me talk about Quinn's work because we're working together on a little some. And which y'all will get to see here real soon because it's like I said, it's fast approaching. And you probably if y'all were over on the Blerd Cave side of things, or like you were just rocking with the channel. It was probably like a few months ago, I think. You probably heard me talking about Quinn again because of Project Wildfire. So if any of y'all's memories are pretty good, because I know my memory, it's terrible. I don't remember a lot of stuff, just random shit. But if you remember, you're probably gonna be like, oh yeah, and then be like, okay, there you go. but no, Quinn's out.
I actually just talked to the printer today.
Shit.
Yeah, there was a whole arduous task around getting the printing just right, but we're finally at that stage.
Man,
and God willing, the creek don't rise. By the time I get to Comic-Con, we should have some books to show off and throw around. But yeah, and shout out again, man, for all the appreciation and the love. Just like your channel's been doing a really good job about showcasing all of comics. Right. Of course, we love the big 2 and the big 5 and the big 7, and all your thrill bits and your booms and all of that sort of thing. But it's beautiful that you show love to like the indie guys and the guys that are just like working on the ground like that. So that's dope.
I try, man. I try. It's I always tell people, man, y'all got to give me something to work with. Y'all got to give me. Y'all got like it's a two-way street. You got to give me a little something to work with. Because y'all ain't gonna have me out here looking crazy. Y'all ain't gonna have like a that's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to say no more than that. But just saying, y'all ain't gonna have me out here. Y'all ain't gonna have me out here looking like Boo Boo the Fool out here. Folks be like,
Look,
man.
All I know is it's the best thing in the world when you spend hour and a half, 2 hours editing something and you get like 47 views on that bitch. Like, we can't have that around here. Bernie got bills to pay. We can't do that.
Nah. And this is why I always tell people, man, let me be the one to dictate how to push it, because I like I said, we've had some folks in the past be like, oh yeah, no, can you do a so and so? Look, I'm like, look, man, y'all don't understand. I want people to go see your book and be like, damn, that's something I really want to check out. I don't want people to see the thumbnail and not know what the fuck I'm talking about and be like,
that's right.
I don't know what that is. I'm gonna keep going. I was like, let me see. You gotta let me treat you like the medicine. I gotta roll you up in the peanut butter and then hand you over. You gotta trick these folks. It's like not to get too far afield, but I actually heard another YouTuber say this in the political spectrum. But he talked about he picked like some random hot button political topic that was like just really in the zeitgeist. Like it was number one trending thing. But he set up the thumbnail, the title, everything as if he was talking about that. And then he switched to another thing that like was equally important, but like was also something that, he even said, he said, honestly, it was, a matter of fact, it was, Rational National who did it too, which I thought was even more funny. But he was basically like, he said, if I basically did this video that was about climate change and all the crazy shit that's going on right now and some of the stuff they're doing with like Environmental Protections Act, shit like that, he's like, y'all wouldn't click on that shit. He said, so I did this so y'all would get here. So now y'all here. Now I'm gonna talk about this shit. So that's how I gotta do y'all. Like, exactly. Like, psych, motherfucker, I got your ass now. It's like,
so basically what we're saying is if you thought you were here for Superman, we're actually gonna be talking about something. No, I'm playing.
Oh, no. No, actually, see, what you didn't know is I'm actually here to talk about Zack Snyder's Man of Steel. See, y'all have been lied to. You have been had. I am here to tell y'all why y'all are wrong about why Man of Steel is bad. No, Man of Steel is the greatest Superman movie.
And we're gonna be
going
over Memphis tax code right after that.
Yeah,
so
Memphis tax code.
You guys got a show ahead of you.
Very important.
And everyone's like, wait a minute,
It's
I can't
just like
tell.
Russell Crowe said, you can bang them, son. You can bang them all.
Yeah, you can bang them all.
A lot of people don't remember those things.
Well, see, and they also don't remember the part where he was like, and because you're super, they'll let you get away with it.
Damn.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you're super.
Damn.
You're super.
When you're a superhero, they let
Wow. That's a deep cut. That's 2016, 2015 shit. We still.
Like them. Look, it's a
grab them by the mutation.
A little blue black power, a little political in my opinion.
You know, right? It's a little political, you know.
Damn.
You know, it's a little, you know how we do, you know. But no, in all seriousness though, I think that, man, Superman.
Yes.
Superman. Okay, so I think, for those, I'm going to give a little bit of insight on this, because sometimes, yes, Quinn and I talk about the comic that we're working on, but a lot of times, too, we also talk about shit that we just enjoy. And I think one of the things Quinn and I had talked about quite a bit was that when all this James Gunn Superman stuff first started kicking off, and we first started seeing more of what was going to be on offer, one of the things that always kept living rent-free in my head was the whole tagline they kept using that was kind of a callback to the OG, Christopher Reeve Superman, the whole, look up, you know, because that was kind of the tagline is that, you're going to believe a man can fly. That was like for those of y'all who weren't around for it, or you just never saw it, you didn't know what the marketing was, that was the tagline. You're going to believe a man can fly. And that was kind of what I kept saying whenever someone would ask me about, like, man, what do I think, Superman's going to be good? And I'm like, man, the way it's looking, I think I'm going to believe a man can fly all over again.
Right.
And And not only believe a man can fly, but also believe that that a person can actually inspire hope and kindness, because that's kind of the thing with Superman that I think gets lost a lot of the times for some of the people who don't read comics. That's kind of the, like, I feel like Marvel kind of figured it out with Captain America on some level or another. So it's kind of like, well, DC, this is like the thing. If you can't get this right, you won't get anything right. And DC figured it out.
Yes.
It took them a little bit.
Yeah, it took a while. It took a cinematic universe and some
A
change.
whole
but-
cinematic universe to just throw in the garbage can, start over.
yeah.
Well, I've read the Bible before. That's how it works.
Right?
Facts.
You gotta have Old Testament.
Sometimes you need a redo.
Right.
Sometimes you gotta do a do-over.
Right.
That's right.
Wait a minute.
A couple times. Goddamn.
I'm not.
Aquaman was the last movie, so he did finish him by flood. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He did the whole thing. Yep.
He did, and you know what? We even had they had enough movies to equal some apostles. So
Oh yeah, it was almost 12 of them.
it was
right?
almost 12. But like they even had a Judas. They even had a Judas Iscariot. Rock tried to go into business for himself. The Rock tried to go into business. And you know what? Someone actually pointed this out to me. We have the Rock to thank.
He was
Damn.
right. He didn't lie.
Damn.
We
Because the
have the Rock to
hierarchy
thank.
of the DC universe did in fact change.
It did. Just not the way he was hoping.
Damn.
Right.
Damn.
That's right.
Look,
Shout out to Rock though. He gave me a job. I got to be on season 3 of Young Rock. So
See, there you
I
go.
can't even be fully mad at him.
Look, he is a
Finish
benevolent
his story.
God. He is a benevolent God.
Right.
that's what's up. That's what's up.
Oh my goodness.
So what did y'all
Oh,
think?
Rocky.
What do you think about the heat Superman's getting right now?
I love it.
Yes.
You said you love
I'm
it?
married- yeah, because
Same.
so I'm married to a sociologist, and we talk a lot about the idea that a lot of the world's reaction to Superman, this movie, is
Telling.
about the state of the world, right? The world is so very close to the things that Superman is fighting against that certain countries feel like they're being talked about. Certain individuals in power or certain individuals with influence feel like they're being attacked.
Yeah.
Superman's been fighting evil billionaires for the better part of 4 decades. And even before they became billionaires, he was fighting reckless scientists. So whether you make cars that really look like they came from Megaforce, or whether you're a game show host that became one of the most powerful politicians in the world, you were already on Kal-El's S list well before you got to the scene. So it's not really about you. And I love the way that the world is making Superman real, right? Like their reaction to him, their treatment of the movie, right? Shout out to Dean Cain, you goofy, worst Superman in the world, for trying to say that the movie wasn't going to do well. I can't wait to
Hey,
see
go,
what
well,
you
go
see.
bro.
He got me blocked.
He got you blocked.
Yeah, he got me blocked. He know better with me. So
he don't fuck with me
I
either. So.
like the reaction. I love the reaction because I think it's a reflection of the time in
That's
one
100%.
of the better ways.
Somebody said something funny, like they're like, look, it's not a bad movie. You're a bad person. Like if like the whole movie is literally let's be good to everyone. Yeah, and that's like it's funny because what your wife said about being a reflection of the world is like, you know, back in the 80s and 90s, things like the conversation was more slick, right? It was like it was why people think like now racism is bad. Like what? You know? But it was like because it was slick, you know, they figured out ways to talk through stuff. And now it's like
Front Street.
I don't want to feed children in schools.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, fuck yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Why are we feeding children in schools? And everybody's like, you
They
know
don't
what I mean?
just-
And
what-
so and then we're looking at a whole ass movie where the dude's whole fucking thing is be good to people, and people are like, fucking this movie sucks. Like,
Man.
okay.
Bruh, look, it's
The world wants Homelander, or these people.
they
I'll
want
say
home.
that.
That's
These
right.
people want
Yes.
Homelander, and they're really upset that they got Kal-El of Krypton. Like they're
Right.
they're bent out of shape about it.
Well,
Um,
I'll throw you one better. I can't believe I'm repeating this. Eric Larson had the perfect response. Crazy. Crazy, I know. Eric
Shocked me.
Larson, he of Savage Dragon fame, which I guess to be fair, yeah, he's trying. But he said something to the tune. He said Man of Steel was a Superman movie for people who are embarrassed by the source material. And Superman 2025 was a Superman movie for people who embrace the source material.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
and I also shout out to I'm blanking on the name of this podcast, but there's a podcast, a couple of young black people that are really cool people. Crazy Stupid Podcast, that's what it was called.
Okay.
And one of them said something that really resonated for me, and it was that Superman, the reason why people like Superman is because he's not a cop.
He's a fireman.
He's a firefighter. Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
He's a firefighter.
100%.
He's not out here policing people. He's trying to make sure shit don't pop
Save
off.
people.
He's trying
That's
to save, because even something that, okay, first off, Zack Snyder's Superman could never. Because I saw someone, they had posted a video like basically, oh, James Gunn ruined Superman. Why would Superman sit inside of his apartment talking to Lois while there's a dimensional imp outside and just letting
Ben
the Justice
Shapiro.
Gang do? Yeah, it is. It's wild to me because, for one, in that one statement you've told on yourself. One,
Right.
Superman can't do shit to a dimensional imp. There's a little guy that some people might remember. Or was it Mr. Mitsopitalik?
Mixapicalpicus, whatever his name is. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's what a dimension.
Split lip, but
Yeah, that's what a dimensional imp is. Like,
He's
and
basically Superman's version of a period.
yeah, you Clark can't mess with that. Clark can't mess with that on any level.
You can only send him away for 30 days. Like
That's it.
It's he's down bad when it comes to magic, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure that I was on this because I have a lot of skin in the game when it comes to Superman. To retread the love that you gave on the Kickstarter. Anybody that saw the video knows that one of the ingredients in my character is the time that I spent with my grandfather watching the old George Reeves Superman. I am deeply invested. So I am usually there for a lot of the fights, even when Superman wasn't doing well, right? Like I'm like a Red Sox fan or something, right? Like we're just now getting to the good part. But when things were down bad, I was getting into fights with cats that thought that the slogan was supposed to be truth, justice, and the American way. Right. And like the second or third serial from 1948, the dad in that one says truth, tolerance, and justice. So the American way is an advent of our Cold War roots. And just the idea that, like, I've said this before, and it's not really a dig at Zack Snyder as much as it is just identifying what we're looking at. Zack Snyder is a professional 13-year-old.
Yeah.
He makes things that are badass and cool and they look great. And another thing that I've always said about him, Zack Snyder is just white hype William. He's a guy that came from making rap videos, who is good at telling really impactful visual stories over a short amount of time. And so his failing was making like there's only so much slow-mo you can use to cover up the gaps, right? Yeah. And so the idea of Superman getting back to really basic roots, right? Like Superman's weird, dude. He had a talking dog and a talking horse and a bunch of robots and like a bunch of friends. And one time his girlfriend turned black as an experiment. Like, it's a bunch of stuff going on in the world of Superman. And we got to stop playing on this kind of recent idea of Superman as a metaphor for Christ. Like, if you want to play Bible games, get your characters right. He's a Moses metaphor. Even he's a Samson metaphor in some regards, but it's like Superman is a good dude. And I loved the way that you get a lot of Silver Age, you get a lot of Golden Age, just in the nuance of things. Right. And I'll let go because, like, the other thing you mentioned, a guy complaining about Superman not doing anything about a dimensional imp.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't do anything in that moment because metahumans have existed for 300 years.
Yeah.
There's already
Is that what that eyeball thing was? Was it imp?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So basically,
I'm not gonna lie, I was lost until just now.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
oh, yeah. So the
I gotta
big
watch that movie again. I don't remember looking at him.
the big neon thing. Yeah, the big neon thing was floating outside. The
it looked
guy
like a
Gardner
big ass eyeball. Yeah.
Yeah, the guy Gardner was beating with a baseball bat,
And he was talking to Lois Lane. Yeah.
Yeah,
That was an imp.
that was a dimensional imp.
Wait, okay. Is it because that's what it looks like in the comics, or did they say it, or what?
No,
I don't think it was a specific dimensional imp.
No.
I think the mention of it was to kind of set you up for a world in which Mitchell Spidlet will show up.
Oh, okay.
And
So
Batmite
it
and
was
so
mentioned.
on.
It was
Yeah.
mentioned that it was an imp.
He said
it was mentioned that it was an imp, but it wasn't
I
that
missed
imp.
it.
That was
the
an imp named Slickback.
Yeah. Basically what they did, like, they kind of did that thing where, like, they're like, yeah, it's a thing, don't worry about it. Like, it was kind of, that's kind of how they, because he said, because when Lois said something, she was like, you need to go get that. And he was like, no, they got it. It's just, this is just an imp. Well, and the thing is, James Gunn's been very vocal about the fact that he is an avid Batmite lover. Like, he loves Batmite. So the fact that he even snuck a imp in there, just not even the Batmite or Mixie or whoever, like, he just said, this is just a dimensional imp. That's already kind of a lot right there. But to kind of go to your point, he was basically trying to use that as a moment to try and make fun of the fact that, this Superman doesn't try and save people. But here's the thing. I still remember a certain scene from Batman v Superman where a whole courtroom got blown up, and that dude didn't even bat an eyelash. He was just like, yep, this happened.
Everybody's dying, burning to death, and he's just like, not me.
Look, wait. Look, he was like this.
Wouldn't let that shit happen to me, though.
That's your guy. I think the other thing I really love about this Superman is the positioning of how it got made, right? There's a lot of inside baseball. I know you do it on the show a lot, talking about not only the products themselves, but what the products go through to get to the screen, right? What the revisions and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about this when I looked at the opening crawl, that everything was in threes, right? Like 3 decades and three centuries and 3 months and 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
James Gunn takes on this kind of 3 position because he's the screenwriter, he's the director, and then he's the studio head.
Mm-hmm.
And even the things that I felt like, I don't know if I like this, or I wish I had more of this. I recognize it through the lens of, okay, we didn't get as much time with the Justice Gang specific characters because studio head James Gunn needs this movie to be about 2 hours long. So that the slot that it takes up in the theater it's a good rotation. You can get people in, you can get them out.
Right.
And because we know how the game goes, that 20 minutes that you feel like may have been missing from the movie, you can get it when you buy the DVD. Stop being dumb. Right? You all of the facets of what maybe didn't feel like it worked in theaters, there's a process now where you're going to get the theatrical version. And if you're a fan, you want to respond to that theatrical version. Then you get either the physical media or the streamer. And then you get those additional materials, right?
Extended
Like,
cut, directive cut, all
right.
that.
We
Yeah,
already
yeah.
saw clips of Mr. Terrific playing with the dog that wasn't in the movie.
Right.
So there's obviously stuff that was left on the floor. And I think that this is good, not just because, yay, it's a good movie, yay, DC, yay, Superman. It's also a good way for DC to come back because that movie has to do so many things. It has to be in conversation with literally the previous iteration of Superman that just went away. It has to be in conversation with literally, and as we get into spoilers, all of the other iterations of Superman that kind of fall under the category of, well, what if he was an asshole? Right? So
That,
you're
the evil Superman trope.
Your Omni-Man, your Homelander, right? That, to me, a crucial decision that got made in that movie, and a thing that I haven't seen anyone talk about, which I feel like I want to approach, is the idea of nature-nurture vis-a-vis adoption.
Right.
I'm a child of adoption. Kal-El is a child of adoption. And I know a lot of people felt a way about Jor-El being like, get them hoes. I know. I know some people felt the way about that. I would
Get as many hoes as you like, Cal. Get as many.
You can bang them, Cal. You can bang all of them. Float down with the Christ. But
why do I hear Zod all of a sudden be like, I will bang them? I don't know why. I don't know why I suddenly see. I just see Michael Shannon just going off.
It changed the context to Neil before Zod. Totally.
Well, not only that, it also gives some context to his anger. It's like, wait a minute, that's supposed to be my harem.
That should be me.
He's like, he got all my bitches.
Yes, my bitches. But no, like when that part came up, I texted Ernie I think today, and I said to him, I can't wait to get on this thing and talk about the fact that what Jor-El and Laura-El did isn't explicitly evil.
No.
It's not personal. They don't know any of us. They weren't like, go down there and murder Ralph, right? Like, they literally say, hey, we're going to find a planet where you can do the most good.
Right.
And sometimes you want to make that you got to break eggs. We act like there isn't an issue with regime change on Earth, right? It's people gassing up people right now in Burkina Faso like, yeah, go get rid of dude. It's for the best. So this idea of the parents making a pragmatic decision that doesn't feel polite isn't quite the same thing as pure evil. But it does set the table for how Kryptonians roll.
Well, I was gonna.
Oh, go ahead.
That gives the whole conversation of absolute truth versus subjective truth. The idea that we could look at that and go, okay, sending somebody and saying, hey, rule over these people because they are going to be weaker than you. I don't mind saying that that's fucked up. Like, that's not a good thing. But that's from our perspective, from our deal, But I think about it like back when there used to be kingdoms. So like, if there was a kingdom and it's like, well, I'm gonna go hook that land up over there. They can't really stop me, and I'm gonna be a dope king. I'm gonna be good. You know what I mean? Like, we could look back and look at that imperialism and go, that's still bad. But to them, that there was nothing wrong with that. So I see what you're saying as far as like the way Krypton rolls. But isn't there a comic book panel where Jor-El says something similar, talking about like how they're not going to be strong enough to stop you or some shit?
There's an entire Mr. Oz storyline where Jor-El kind of comes back and is like, "What these folks? What are you doing?"
Right.
Well,
right.
And the thing is, I don't feel like Jor-El, like I've said this before, I don't even feel like Jor-El said anything wrong per se, just because it wasn't like he said that, oh yeah, man, fuck the humans, but like, it was, I mean, he did technically, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was like, he said, hey, they're not bad people. He was like, they're simple, they're simple-minded, and they're confused. And here's the thing, he wasn't wrong.
He
wasn't
stole the
wrong.
election.
Yeah.
Like, yes, are there good people on Earth? Yes, of course there are. But they are probably not gonna really fully understand you. They're not gonna. They don't even fully understand each other. I mean, I think that was kind of the main idea of his whole point. I mean, yeah, I think there was a part where I think there's something said about lording over them or some shit like that. But I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, if you're the strongest motherfucker on the planet,
Okay.
and
All right.
you,
Hold
and
on.
you-
Time out.
Well, I mean, if you know
Yeah,
you're going to
yeah.
be the strongest motherfucker on the planet, you would be the better suited person to be like, hey, look, maybe y'all calm this shit down. Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm with y'all with regard to what Jor-El said for sure.
Mhm.
Especially if you know where they're sending them, right? 'Cause
Right.
obviously they know about Earth. So
They sent him there on purpose.
if I
Right.
know why, like, and we can kind of borrow from, from lore. Okay, so Krypton is being torn apart either by they're fucking up with the resources or there's a war or
Environment.
whatever, right?
Mhm.
The environment. They go, hey, look at this place. Look at the way they're treating their planet. Their shit's about to do the same thing. So go over there and rule over these dumb fucks because they're gonna blow through and they're not gonna be able to stop you. So just stop them from meeting them. But okay, because I got it verbatim here. Jor-El says the people are simple and profoundly confused, weak of mind, spirit, and body, lord over the planet as the last son of Krypton. Boom. I'm good with that, right? Especially in the context of what I just said.
Right.
Lara Lorvan, dispatch of anyone unable or unwilling to serve you.
Now,
That's
Mama
not
out
good.
of
That lady played on Westworld.
Okay.
Look.
But then the second one, take as many wives as you can so your genes and Krypton's might and legacy will live. Look, she straight up said, hey, take it. They can't say no.
Get them bitches, Cal.
Can we
Get them.
Can we say like, all right, they were good up until that point. That was not good.
I mean, that, yeah, no. I like that. Well, you also gotta look at the
If you say
setup
contacts or some shit.
No. I'm saying look at like what they are. Like looking for what they are. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying that part's good. I'm saying what Jor-El said was fine. Lara,
I'm right with yeah.
Lara was on some whole other shit. Like it was that thing like
now
where
you see why they
like,
just hit the daddy in the other movie.
right.
That's right.
It's like when you're at a.
I'm like, oh, didn't I say not to say nothing? I got it. I took.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead. Say what you
He's
want to
like,
say.
you said you were gonna let me deal
He's
with
not
this, and
gonna
she's
like
like,
it. You literally.
yeah, he's like, Laura, you said. We talked about this, Laura. You said I was going to be the one to do the message. You said you were just going to say. She was like, I know, but you weren't getting to the
you're
one
scared.
part.
Fuck them bitches. I don't give a fuck about them. I want grandsons.
Well, but you know, it makes sense though in some aspects because it's kind of not that different from what we've seen in like Invincible because that's a whole plot point.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's
Somebody
a whole
tested the same exact thing.
That was a whole plot point of Invincible, where the Viltrumites who did wind up just hanging out on Earth, they all decided to like start families and have, and that was actually one of the things that that Thrag was like, yeah, y'all. He said y'all need to take multiple wives, multiple partners, and just start pumping Viltrumites out, and then like and a lot of now to be fair. A lot of them went into the mission being like, yeah, I'm going to get all the bitches. But
the black dude came back and was like, my wife said I can't have no more company.
He was like, Vicky said no.
I'm not allowed to play outside anymore, guys.
He was like, look, he said, that's cool. But look, I was talking to her, and I was like, motherfucker, like fly out into space and be like,
like, you know what? We're actually missing the key here. We're missing the key here. Maybe Lara, hears me talking shit and calling her outside her name, but she goes, who said anything about non-consent? that's you. I'm like,
Oh, I mean,
they like find every woman who is willing to consensually have baby. And if you're coming down like Superman, there's probably gonna be plenty.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like maybe the part that she didn't have time to say is make sure it's not against their will.
Yeah.
We're assuming it's against their will.
Well,
they ran out of tape.
They ran out of tape.
Yeah, they didn't play the whole thing. But to kind of go back to what Quinn was saying about
Engineer cut it out on purpose.
Well, to go back to kind of what Quinn was talking about the nature versus nurture part of it, the fact that by the time you start this movie, and this movie bookends itself perfectly with this, the whole we're playing his parents' message, it soothes him, and then but they're playing the Jor-El and Lara-El in the beginning, but when you get to the end and it's like, oh, put on his parents' message, it soothes him, and then when you pan the camera and you're like, oh, it's not playing. It's playing Mom and Pa Kent.
Ooh, man,
I was crying. I was crying. Look, I was,
and that's what I was saying. Like, as an adopted kid, when you find out you're adopted, there's a phase that you go through where you want to create a fiction for your biological parent. Right. Because a lot of times adoption is this kind of closed door where unless you get certain information, you don't know why you're adopted. You don't know if you were abandoned. You don't know if you were left. And so the idea of pressing yourself on, we love you more than land, we love you more than sky. And then learning, oh no, I'm really a product of who I am. And being able to be like, I can remember my mother was very, she was shook by the idea that I wanted to know who my parents were, because for her, there was this fear that would disconnect me from her, right? And, largely at this point in my life, it's clinical. It's like, if I go to the doctor, I need to be able to figure out what's going on with me genetically, sort of thing. But, but having a talk with her about, hey, like, you're my mom, right? And being clear on that for me is why that worked, because it's like, oh, okay, yeah, like you are the product.
Did you do it?
Of your upbringing. Did I do what?
Did you meet her?
I have not met my actual mother yet. No, I hadn't met her yet, but that's something that's on the list, because I'm really interested in do I have brothers and sisters? Do I have other relatives, right? Like that, those are important things. But yeah, like the idea of, because so many bad people are like, oh, Superman's an immigrant, this is horrible. The movie, even though in the text of the movie it definitely deals with adoption, so much of kind of the wave of what's being talked about washes over that. But that for me is where that beat lives. It's the idea that his genetics, his Kryptonian heritage, his great strength, all of those things come from Jor-El and Lara-El. But it's in the commercial, your choices, right? Your actions. Those are the things that make you who you are. And so, and I love the fact that Pa Kent is weepy. Like, I love the idea that
he's
the mom comes out and goes, like, I love it. I love it.
You know why I love it? Because that shit is real.
Yeah.
Yes.
That shit is real. And I don't give a fuck what the reason is. Maybe it's our testosterone naturally just going down as it does.
Right. No, you're good. You're good.
Oh, okay.
I'm here. I'm here.
But that's the meme. You know what I'm saying? The meme is like the big old the dad who cries a lot and all that shit. You know what I mean? Like, I loved it. Real quick, because I'm gonna forget, right? Because a professional will probably just write it on the side and email later. I'm just gonna say it out loud. Let me know. I want to talk to you on Left Face on my stream. I got questions for you. I've been looking up adoption, and there's a really big conversation up there about the ethics around adoption. And if you'd be willing, I want to talk to you about that on
I would love to. I would love to.
Oh, we got him. There we go.
Yeah, he's back.
Real quick, while we got a moment, I want to hit some of these. We got some super chats. Stomp 10 with the 499 says, "What up, Blerds? I love the Superman film. I just wanted to see him win more fights, but it's not the end of the world. Mr. Terrific went off. You goddamn right he did. That was reparations."
So So I want to.
I'm
We're gonna talk about
goddamn
Mr. Terrific.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about Mr. Terrific.
Yeah, we're gonna get. Yeah.
But I do want to let's pause the politics for a second.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to know y'all's feelings for real, because here are mine.
Okay.
I am a fan. I am a fan of Superman being the godlike figure that he is in the DC, and that he has to, but because he wants to be a good person and he struggles with problems, like he could just one punch man everything, but then you're murdering people and it's not who he wants to be. So how does he fix this without just destroying everything and being that? I would say that this movie was a 99% hit for me. Like I loved it. I was cheering. I was happy going in. I was happy coming out. I had to like squash my annoyance at the engineer doing shit to him just because he can't. Like, this dude, he's in space. He can fly through space, but he can't breathe because. So James Gunn obviously has depowered him a little bit, and a lot of people say that's good because they don't want him to be a god. Like, but he's clearly depowered, even if it's just a little bit. What do you guys feel about that?
So my feeling is this: I don't think he's depowered. I think that his power has to be scaled for a world filled with metahumans. That if he is astronomically, untouchably, so much stronger than everybody else, then why do you need anyone else? Kind of becomes the thing. And so scaling him in a way, I think of it like the difference between Man of Steel and where we are now is like the John Byrne reboot, right? Where he's Superman, but maybe he can't blow out the sun like a candle. Maybe he can't point the earth with a. He's not Chuck Norris anymore, is what he's not. Right. He's still the premier metahuman. He's still the absolute in terms of other superhero, right?
Yeah.
But you have to have a proportional scaling, and then you have to sit that alongside of magic and kryptonite, right? Because if you think about it, your man super breathed 3 people away from a black hole right after being kryptonite poisoned.
Right.
He's still swollen
inside the event horizon.
Yes.
That was already stretching him out, which I have problems with on a physics level, but we won't talk about that. We won't know.
Well, also, no. Hey, you can't forget this either. Remember that sea of digitized gunk that he was in?
Yeah.
Right.
That shit was killing everybody else it touched.
Instantly. Yeah.
And both him and Crypto were surviving it. Superman literally was completely submerged.
And he was just water to him. He's just keeping the thing up.
All but his hand. All but his hand. And Crypto even got and Crypto even got stuck in it too for a hot minute. But like to kind of go what you're like, kind of going back to the whole like the breathing thing. And actually I do kind of agree with where did it go? I do kind of agree with Neck Namor
exactly. That's exactly what I was just about to say.
Yeah. There was really no proof that he was actually struggling to breathe, and something that I think got lost in translation in that scene for some folks were that there's a moment where they actually say, yeah, he should only be able to breathe for like this many minutes or like an hour or something like that. That's if he still has air in his lungs, yada yada yada. But notice how they're so shocked at how he's not struggling. Like he still flies all the way up into Earth's atmosphere.
It's an annoyance. He can't get a hold on it, but he's like, this will be fine. Let me fly up into the space. Let me slam this girl down, and it should be fun.
We also have to remember too. We also have to remember too. The engineer is no slouch. Sure. I think that's the other. I think that's the other thing that kind of gets lost in translation. Like I always tell people that like if you've ever read Warren Ellis's Authority, because that's where that character comes from. She comes from the Authority, and she is not weak by any stretch of the imagination. Like she's not. Like, obviously, she's not, like, Superman strong, but she ain't weak either. And it's not to say that I don't even think it was really even so much that she was really doing anything. I mean, yeah, I think the nanomachine thing was really like kind of messing with him. But for the most part, even when she was like fighting him straight up, it wasn't like she was really beating him at any point. I mean, he was literally using her as a pair of nunchucks at one point, like to beat the brakes off. Yeah,
dude with another,
right?
Beat a motherfucker with another motherfucker.
Right?
Exactly.
And I'm talking about. He was like, dude. He was like, ooh.
No,
Like,
you're right.
It looked like Bruce Lee. I thought I was watching Enter the Dragon for a minute because
and the only people that were whooping his ass the whole time, and I think this is kind of something that you obviously we all know that okay, oh I see, it was a clone. Now it makes sense. But the fact that they gave that you know that plot twist, I think you kind of forget that plot twist with everything kind of because I was like, this got to be Doomsday. I said, it's got to be Doomsday or Bizarro or some shit. Like this got to be somebody like that because this dude is getting just knocked around. Like starting the movie off, getting his ass whooped like that. Like first scene, I was annoyed. But then you find out, oh, he's whipping his own ass. Like, okay, that makes more sense. And then what you guys said about the engineer and he probably wasn't even joking anyway. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, another thing I would also point out. Another thing I'd also point out is that Superman has lots of villains that, even though they are weaker than him, they can. It's not to say that he's weaker. Honestly, I don't even think Superman's been scaled down that much power-wise.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I agree with you now. Yeah.
I don't but like I will say he is scaled down in so much that he doesn't have the weird random bullshit powers that he's had. And like case point, I always like to think back to the Superman 4 Quest for Peace, where the Great Wall of China has been damaged, and he just looks at it, and bricks just start.
Roblox vision.
Motherfucker, he's like the original Minecrafter. He's the original master builder.
Nice.
He's just like, and I'm talking about, like, I'm not saying, the bricks that fell are like lifting off the ground and going. No.
New bricks.
These are new bricks, baby. New bricks. And here's the best part. They look just like the old bricks. They look just like the old bricks.
I mean, is that any more ridiculous than throwing cellophane at somebody and trapping them in the third dimension?
Dude, the cellophane S. And here's the thing about the cellophane S that a lot of people, someone just said, what was it? Tully just said, the amnesia kiss. Also, I want to bring back another one, and this was in the first movie. I'm going to rotate the world backwards.
Yes.
And basically affect time.
Not cause tidal waves and mass destruction of no time. That's what happened actually.
This time. Shout out to Lois Lane for murdering a lady in Superman 2. I never want anyone to ever forget that. Yeah, she murdered a lady.
That.
Yeah, what was it? It was Feora, wasn't it? Wasn't it Feora that she knocked Feora smooth the fuck out. And into the
knocked her down a endless cavern that they're probably still falling and dying down today. Probably some skeletons doing this right now.
Yeah, legend has it they're falling to this very day.
Dude, so to that respect too, I also appreciate that they even make a pretty good point too to like, especially once you realize who the Hammer of Barabia really is, that it's actually just Ultraman in in a costume. It's like, it makes even more sense why that motherfucker was beating the brakes off Superman's ass. And like, really, even outside of that, every time we see him, and I know some people say that we see him lose a lot in the movie. I actually feel like we only really legitimately see him get his ass like truly handed to him like a couple of times. Like everything else,
that first scene.
The first scene with the Hammer of Barabia, and then like when that, and I don't even include the two separate instances. I just include that all as just one thing because he's literally it's the same fight. But like then later on, when they're fighting again, but like even the thing where he's fighting the little monster that grows big, even in that instance when the thing steps
He's
on
pulling
him,
his punches.
yeah, because he doesn't want to hurt, and that's
He didn't want to kill it.
that was the thing that I thought was really important too, because that was a very Superman moment.
Yes.
That he didn't. He was like, "Look, don't kill the creature." He's like, "We could have taken it somewhere. We could have, put it in like a reserve.
Where's it from? Yep.
And honestly, I was actually shocked that, and maybe Gunn didn't want to deal with this because like it would have maybe he felt it would have slowed the movie down or would have had too many moving parts, whatever. But like Superman has a wildlife preserve. Like in the Fortress of Solitude.
My theory, and it still might happen just later on in another movie.
Yeah.
But my theory was that Superman would hijack the Pocket Universe and whatever weird things that were already in there. He would just make that be his intergalactic suit, right?
Yeah.
That was the thing that I definitely thought. But when Terrific started talking about the lack of stability in between that, then I started wondering, well, what Earth is on the other side? That was another thing that I thought about a lot. And again, going back to the structure of the movie, I think that we'll look back at Superman and appreciate it more later because again, he's having these different conversations, and one of the other conversations he's having is with our experience with superhero movies over the past 2 decades. A lot of this movie is actually built based on what we intrinsically know about superhero movies. So,
and causing us to unlearn it, forcing us to unlearn it.
Yeah, but also taking advantage of our understanding of expectation, right? Like there are a lot of things set up and we don't even need to complain about, well, I don't know where that's going to go, because obviously there are going to be more movies. The first Mission Critical was just getting this movie across the finish line, but taking advantage of the ways in which we understand things and the way that we understand setup, like even to the point where I heard a lot of people complain about the post-credits. That's because you're used to a Marvel post-credit where everything hinges on something being set up. So we know that you're going to sit there in the theater waiting on something. So we got to give you something.
Right.
But we also got to train you that this ain't Marvel. This ain't where you sit down and, well, I've got to go home and do a bunch of homework. You can just watch a movie and let it be a movie.
Right. Well, that was kind of what annoyed me with people, because I was like, wait, you don't need a post-credit scene to set anything up. The ending set up everything.
Set it up. Right.
Lex goes to jail, and we all know that Lex being and look, first off, if anyone thinks Lex going to jail, it means he's off the table. First time, huh?
You're not watching the news, first of all. It's not even about Lex Luthor. It's not even about Lex Luthor. No. You're not watching the news, are you?
Right.
We got a whole ass fucking convicted felon, okay?
Yeah. Well, and not only just that, but like Lex has done some of his most dangerous shit from prison.
That's right.
From a jail cell. Like, dude, there are literally, I don't think I could name them all or count them all. So many storylines where Lex Luthor is creating havoc
in jail.
Comfortably. I'm talking about motherfucker literally got his feet.
He has the thing. The guards are serving him. Yep.
Even when they aren't. It's one of those things like he knows Superman listens for him. So that motherfucker will be, I've literally read comics where Lex is in his cell, snug as a bug in a rug, and just talking cash money shit. Talking low enough that no one else can hear him. But Superman can hear his ass. And he's like, yeah, no, I got you. Yeah. Yeah. You gonna be all right.
With a red cape.
Right. And dude, that was actually such a good, that was actually such a great little moment.
That was prime Lex right there.
Yeah.
That was so making Superman act out right there live in front of the camera was perfect. That was prime Lex.
It was almost too good though, because so many people I encountered didn't get it. Like they
didn't get what? Because I'm probably one of them.
No, so that whole scene where like Lex is like, he's drinking from the cup and he like kind of under his breath, he's like,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
an ugly dog with a red cape.
Yeah, he kind of
like, no one else can see him doing that.
No.
So then Superman goes, "Did you hear that? Did you hear that?"
I see.
There were people there were people like, man, did they like depower Superman? Like, what he didn't hear him? Well, he's supposed to have super hearing. I've literally seen people say that shit. And it's like, no. It's not that he couldn't hear him. The problem is that he can hear him and nobody else can. It made him look crazy because he was freaking out. I was like, y'all are okay. Media literacy, y'all need to go find some. Is what I kept telling these people.
Open the schools.
But real quick before we get into there's another super chat we got, but real quick because I gotta talk about Mr. Terrific because Eddie was out here. He was out here. This man was out here literally. I won't say carrying the movie, but every scene he was in, he carried. Like he was like, he was like, no. I'm taking this character. I'm taking every actor in the scene. I am putting them on my back. I don't give a fuck how good they are. And I am carrying this whole thing to glory because every scene he was in. And also I love the fact that, I don't want to downplay Rachel Brosnahan either because I think a lot of why scenes with Mr. Terrific worked is because she's really good with comedic timing and being able to play off of people. Not that it's a surprise. If anyone's ever watched The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, then then guess what? In other news, water is wet. So we know she has comedic timing. That was literally the whole point of her character. She was a fucking comedian. But the fact that like she had the timing and they had the chemistry to be able to like bounce off of each other like so easily, and even with a lot of cases with Eddie not even really doing anything like specific, like there's some moments where he's just emoting, like the scene where they're in the when they're in the ship and she's talking about like there's a moment where he doesn't even say it. He just kind of gives like a. And I was like, okay. I was like, yes. I was like, you get it. I was like, James Gunn understands. Mr. Terrific does not do emotions. The man is about science. He's about business. He is about getting the job done. This man does not like hanging around. Like, yes, he is a guy who has a strange tendency to wind up either A, being on teams, or B, being in charge of teams. But it's kind of like one of those where like you work a job that you don't like, but you're too goddamn good at it, so you just keep getting promotions. That's Mr. Terrific. He is too goddamn good at what he does that even though he doesn't want to be in charge, even though he doesn't want to be on a team, it just so happens he's really fucking good at it.
Yeah, Toya Johnson is Toya Johnson got a good point.
He ain't got the quick. Look. He's working on that. Toya,
not everybody be perfect, okay?
Toya, leave him alone. Toya, turn him loose. Turn him loose. Yeah. He's working on it. No. In all seriousness, though, that garage door slowed him off. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. That was funny.
I like that trope. I
love him. And what I liked about him is that he is an exasperated genius. Mm-hmm. But unlike Rick Sanchez, he's not an ass about it.
No.
He does wish people were smarter. He does wish people got it. But he's patient and like a actual genius, he's a good communicator.
Yes.
He doesn't spend all his time. He doesn't spend all his time saying things that people need him to say in English. And also, he doesn't speak in a way that's about him being upset that people don't know things. He just explains things in a way that people can understand.
He's very matter of fact with it. Just like, he's like, well, actually, this is it. And also, I'm glad you said the whole, you called that out, because that's actually one of my least favorite tropes. One of my least favorite tropes in storytelling. I never realized how much it was overused until like maybe a few years ago. But yeah, that like whenever there's an intelligent character explaining some shit, there's always this temptation for just about any screenwriter to be like, ooh, so after he says the thing, I'm gonna have some random character blurt out in English next time, or some shit like that. And here's the thing: it sounds like it's such a small thing, but it's in way more movies than you would imagine. It is
too many.
Okay, I'll put it like this: it would be quicker for me to tell you what movies it's not in.
Not in.
That's how many movies it's in. It'd be easier. It'd be easier for me to tally the ones that don't have it. But I would spend way less time. But
one last thing I do like about him is that I do like the fact that he, even though he's a good dude, he's also tired. You know what I mean? He's tired, and I like that. I like the fact that you have that.
Look at him.
He's real.
Look at him.
Exactly.
He just like, man.
He's
like,
he literally reminds me of my uncle that worked at a factory, and he would come home every week and be like, "Man, these people couldn't wipe their ass up there." Like he knows he's carrying the operation, and he's made his peace with it, man. And I know we're praising DC, but shout out to both Mr. Terrific and Lex Luthor, because those actors, first of all, justice for Darwin, right? Like we fixed that. Right. And then for Nicholas Hoult going from playing one of the hairiest characters in comic book movies to playing the least hairy character in comic book movies. So him playing both ends of the field and both extremes, that's range. I think that's what they call that in acting school. That's range.
That's 100%. The thing that I thought was really telling, about this movie is that it also was not just justice for them, but it was also justice for the it was justice for those unsung heroes, the people who you don't think of as particularly important in a superhero movie. Because while I know a lot of people want to put some respect on the Riz God, Jimmy Olsen,
the CEO of Specs.
Right?
That's right.
look, dude.
I like that. I like that trope a lot.
Dude.
It's like he doesn't even know why.
He's like, man, look, I don't
fucking know.
But also I want to give a shout out to everybody's new favorite it girl, Eve Tessmacher.
Brilliant.
Dude, just cause look, who knew that it was possible to take down an entire billionaire corporation with thirst traps? Man, thirst traps. Yeah, dude. I was like, bro, she literally took down all of LexCorp. Sent this man down. Yeah. Lex is going to Belle Reeve.
Otis and Eve being really competent this time around, right?
Yes.
Because poor Otis had the numbers on his forearm and couldn't get right on the first joint. And Miss Tessmacher being Miss Tessmacher and us buying it the whole movie. And then it was so good. Yeah. Also, shout out to the Daily Planet staff for actually being people that work in news journalism. Like even Lombard understood the fundamentals of how you write an article for the sports section. Just those are the kinds of little things that, yes, there's a lot going on in the movie and the movie is moving all over the place, but there's an efficiency to the amount of secondary, tertiary characters that you get and it actually counting for something. Like that was really good. The thing in that movie that, even though I cried at the ending for sure, but the part of the movie that turned me into Black Kevin Smith is when they're in the apartment and she says, but he's just a dog. And he goes, yeah, he's not even a really good one. But he's alone right now. He's probably scared.
Oh man, no, that was it.
I am sitting my grandpuppy, my son's puppy, Molly, and I am not an animal person. I do not care for them.
Really?
Like if they wanted to interact with humans, they would speak English. I just was never an animal person. But Molly, I will fight 1,000 LexCorp ravens.
See, here's the thing then. Let me tell you something about yourself. You are an animal. I think everybody's an animal person until they're not until they meet the one. And that's all it is. You just got to meet the one. And now you know the love. You know what I'm saying? Look,
yeah. Oh,
this
Molly,
movie.
there's nothing I won't do for her.
This is my Superman. This is my Superman. Somebody said it in chat earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he swooped in to save that squirrel,
Yeah.
people laughed in the theater. And I'm like,
They laughed.
I'm like,
dumb.
you're laughing, but that meant something. Like that is Superman. It's like, no, every fucking life. Yeah. It's like every life matters. Every single life matters. And he's like, yes, even the fucking squirrel, I'm gonna save if I can. You know?
Yeah.
And that's why somebody, and I wanted to like, way long ago, I don't know who it was. Somebody in chat said, can I like both? Talking about Man of Steel in this one.
Yeah.
So here's my answer to that. Obviously, do whatever you want. I'm assuming you're a grown ass, whatever you are. But I can't remember the character it was, but Ernie and I were talking about a movie and he hated it and I liked it. And then after he told me why he hated it, I realized something. I said, oh, you know what it is? I did not have any expectations. I didn't know this character. So I got to just watch the movie. But if you're Ernie and you know the character and you remember from your youth and it's like, okay, he put on, no, it wasn't that. He put on they used the name, but that's not that dude. It's not. That's what annoyed me about X movie, right? You can like both Supermans, but when you got a Superman out there not saving his dad, watching a whole courtroom of people blow up around him, yeah, exactly. Like, bro, it's not about. At that point, it's really not even about being a bad movie or not. Because honestly, I'll clown it. I gotta be honest with y'all about something. We can hashtag cancel Robo if you want, cancel Left Phase. I dig the slow motion and Zack Snyder's music. I like it. I think it's dope. Okay. I like when he gets into slow motion and then Superman looks at the Flash when he's running. That shit, I loved it. Okay. I'm not gonna lie.
I think that scene, that particular scene, I think is great. Like the from Justice League, if that's the one you're talking about.
Yeah, it is. It is. But here's the thing. It's not Superman. Thank you, man. It's not Superman. And I think that is why people are so happy with this. Is like, you brought Superman back. That's what we want. And I think that's the biggest thing that people didn't like about Zack Snyder. So it's like, well, you gave us Homelander, like a nice Homelander, like that's my main thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one thing I'll say about about the movie as a whole and just what the things I think really worked about it was just that it wasn't afraid of being a comic book movie. Like it wasn't trying to pretend that comic books are right. Like it wasn't like okay, look at all the stuff that was in this movie. We had Metamorpho, a character who on paper should be one of the most difficult characters to put on the silver screen, just because of how not because he's like a hard character, to make look cool, but because he's such a hard character to get people to rally behind because of how strange and unusual he is. Like he asks a lot of the audience to be like, oh yeah, he could just be a floating head, just meandering through the air, and you know what? He can literally turn into any element, in the universe. Why? Because fuck you. That's why. That's why he can do it. Yeah. Don't you dare ask why he can do it. Just, you better accept it, is what you better do. But like,
I want to see Neil deGrasse Tyson tear up that sun.
Oh, yeah.
wait. I'm like, where's the pressure? Where's the pressure coming from? How is he igniting these things? He could make the elements, but I don't understand where is the gravity coming from, because they have to be ignited. They have to be.
Oh, no. Neil. I'm gonna need Neil to sit this one out.
Yeah, he's like, let people enjoy things. Does that mean?
Wait, because the last thing we need is like to be in the middle of Neil deGrasse Tyson's living room as he's watching the movie, and him just kind of slowly turn around and be like, well, actually,
No, we don't want that.
But no, this movie had Green Lanterns. Or rather, a Green Lantern. Had Guy Gardner, who is not the weirdest Green Lantern, but he's definitely the strangest one to be the first Green Lantern you want people to see in your DC universe. Just
it's
because
a good choice, though.
It was a good choice
to color the team.
Right. Yes, because you're giving you're coming up with some very different looks. So people are already getting used to the idea of seeing a version of a Green Lantern who's just a little bit different than what they might be used to. Me personally, I was kind of hoping that they would have leaned a little bit more into the green jacket. You can keep the bowl cut. I don't care about that. I'm fine with the bowl cut, but I was hoping we were going to get that jacket. That's the jacket I was hoping he was going to be wearing, because I was like that would have made it. That would have made it better. But but yeah, like I said, I can always wait until the Lanterns.
Yeah, because it's coming,
TV show.
Right?
Yeah,
it's coming. And,
I
I also
100%.
think, going back to the structure, right? Like that keeps bringing me back to structure. These conversations that the movie is having with pop culture outside of Superman itself. I said from trailer 1, I called Ernie because we were still working on the book, and I said to him, oh, this is a commentary on the Marvel movie, right? Corporate supervision, right? Everybody's got on a uniformed look. They're kind of acting more like cops. They have a jurisdiction. They feel no obligation to do anything outside of the country. Then you get this weirdo shows up with his underwear outside of his clothes, and he's breaking all the rules and that falls into that punk rock vibe that they gave him, right? Where it was that idea that he says, maybe the kindness is the punk rock. He is this disturbing force in the status quo. And so I think you give that because you got one movie kind of running this interference play. And as soon as you get to the Lantern show, I would imagine that their interference in Jar and Pour has to have a consequence. Stag, who is over them, isn't gonna like that, or no, it's Maxwell Lord.
Yeah, Maxwell Lord. Yeah,
so Maxwell Lord isn't gonna care for that, right? Simon Stagg's probably gonna be upset that his boy Metamorpho has joined the Justice Gang. So there have to be consequences that play out in shows like Lanterns, in stuff like Peacemaker, to where you might find out that maybe Guy isn't on the team anymore, he's in trouble or something like that, and so he'll probably end up in that green jacket as a result of that sort of thing. Like,
yeah. Also, shout out to Sean Gunn for bringing a very interesting Elon Musk-ish Maxwell Lord to life. Even though he technically was only in the movie for 0.5 seconds.
But that 0.5 was very Muskish.
It was money.
He was an opportunist.
Oh, yeah. It was money.
He shows up to be a hater like, oh, yeah. We all hate that guy. Like, oh, my God. Yeah.
So the one thing libs and conservatives can agree on, Lex Luthor sucks.
I just need to see him do a weird jump in one of the movies.
Oh,
I just need him to do a weird jump. That'll be fine.
Or a Roman salute, giving his heart out, whatever.
Right? Can he do he can do the Roman salute, and then also I want him to tell a joke.
He saw Ernie was about to do it, and he changed his mind.
No. I want him to also go out on somebody's stage, try and tell a joke next to maybe a fallen comedian. And no one laugh. And no one laugh. I want that. But no, to go to something else that came up earlier, and I lost this one, so I'm gonna have to pull this up kind of old school here just for a moment. But it actually gives me an opportunity to maybe take a look at a couple things that I missed from earlier. But we got Smoke One Kenobi. Smoke
yeah,
One
I love
Kenobi
that
out
name.
here with the 4
Well
months.
played, sir.
That's a good name.
Yeah. That's the homie right there. 4 months. In the on the Twitch Prime side, spending those Bezos bucks, or do we
it.
call them Maxwell
Ooh.
Lord bucks? You got to spend them. You got to spend them. Also, Diamond G earlier asked with a $2 super chat, what's the origin of "It's a bird, it's a plane"? Now, I don't remember.
Is that the radio show? I think
that was the radio show. Well, because I remember being a thing that did pop up in the comics, but like it always felt like something that I saw more like elsewhere. So, but you know what? Check this out, because we live in such an interesting time. We don't even have to.
Computer.
We don't
tell us what it did.
Kryptonian computer. Tell me where
The
that
intro
comes
to the
from.
1940s radio show was "Up in the Sky." Look, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's Superman. The opening to the Fleischer cartoons copied this from the radio show.
There you go. So basically, all of that, and also an encrypted message that also reads, "Get bitches."
Get bitches.
Up in the sky.
Consensually.
Fun fact, in the original comics, Laura L told Kal-El, "Don't scare the hoe." A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
Look,
Don't be weird.
That was
Right.
in the original.
Stop harshing the vibes, Cal. Stop harshing the
Exactly.
vibes, Cal. You're scaring them. But no, I do have another. Like, let me ask you this, because I'm curious about this too. Because for me personally, I thought this was one of the best parts of the whole movie. So we had what I felt was a very obvious. I thought we had what was a very obvious. Yes. We had a very obvious stand-in for a couple of different people.
Oh,
if we're keeping it a buck, if we're keeping it a buck, he was kind of a little bit of a bunch of different people, but I also think it's not an unfair assessment to say that he was one of them more so than a lot of others.
Sure.
So, yeah, for those who know, we're talking about the Baravian president.
Oh, you're talking about that knitting Yahoo.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. This was y'all don't understand. This was this
BB Putin?
yeah, BB Putin. Actually, I like that name. Actually, that's his name from now on. That's his name from now on. Look, BB Putin.
Message.
BB Putin. That's his name from now. You know what?
Joint. Yes.
He's never beating the charges. He's never beating the charges that he's BB Putin. That's his name now.
Oh, wow.
That's his government name now. But no, BB Putin, because I saw some people try to argue with me about this. I talked about this on Threads when the trailer came out. I talked about the scene with the little boy holding up the flag, calling out for Superman.
We knew it.
Right.
We knew.
If anybody doubts it,
Right.
go look at Nerds of Culture number whatever. We saw that shit like, that's going to be Gaza.
That's Gaza.
100%.
And look, and I think we also went as far as to say they're not going to call it Gaza, but it will be Gaza. I had people argue with me saying, no, that's supposed to be Ukraine. And I was like, well, first off, there was a lot of brown people. I said, ain't none but I don't see none but Arabs out there in that desert.
That's it.
Look,
That's
I'm
it.
just saying.
That's brown folks right there.
I see skin folk. I see skin folk out there.
That's right.
That's
right.
And it's not to say that it's not. It's not to say that it can't be a little bit of Ukraine, but it is more Gaza than it is Ukraine. And now I will I will concede ground that it is in here. And I want to pull this up because I want people to fully understand this. I will concede ground that, yeah, BB Putin, yes, he is very much a pastiche and a mixture of Benjamin Netanyahu and Vladimir Putin. There is no mistake there. However, this scene is literally history. This scene is literal history. We literally had this moment happen in real life where the tanks stormed the gate and just started slaughtering brown people. Like, this is a thing that honestly, I could have pulled up any picture if I would have told y'all that was like not from Superman, and you had some knowledge of what's happened in the last
2014 March of Return.
Right.
Yep.
Like, if you have any sense whatsoever, you'd probably look and be like, oh, damn, is that? Oh, yeah. That's when Israel invaded. Yeah. That's not Superman. That looks like 2014.
Sadly, tragically, I want to say that, and I'm not making a joke here.
Yeah.
That probably was the most unrealistic scene there. Because pull it back up.
Oh, yeah. Here you go.
When I was watching this, I was like, oh, don't do it. And Gunn didn't do it. Right here, half of the right scene would be dead already. Like, not one bullet fire, not
and
those
that's
things.
the thing that makes it more one thing than the other,
Right.
Because there is the startling lack of get back that happens in Gaza in terms of like capability and whatnot. I think the other thing that this really speaks to, and it is what I was talking about early, the idea that, Jarnbor, Baravia, these are all, throwbacks from the comics. But also what is a throwback from the comics is how Superman was in the beginning. And you get that in the telling of what he did off screen in Jarnbor, right? Superman used to come over to your house if you were beating up your old lady, punch your ass through a wall, knock you over there into the river. Like, you go back to those old 38, 39, those first early Supermans. Oh, okay, you the slumlord? Here, let me take you and drop you into one of these buildings. So that idea of putting them up against the cactus and giving them the business, that's Golden Age Superman.
Easy.
And what you're getting is this abbreviation from Golden Age to Silver Age, where you'll get to cover stuff like Justice League Unlimited, where you'll still be able to get stuff like, you can still address things like Starro or whatever. Like, it is a really good placement that the way that the movie, I contend this, and I would love to revisit this in a few years or whatever. I think we're going to look back on this movie when we get more of the DC universe rolled out, and we're going to be like, oh, okay, like, this was like a spirit bomb of kind of, we've had Creature Commandos and a couple of other tidbits of the world, but here's this kind of in media rex, boom, here you are in the middle of it. And yeah, that was setting up, or yeah, that was leading up, and doing it the way that comics do it, right? Like, I think we've kind of canonized comics in the past 20 or 30 years to where we romanticize everybody being in the bullpen and just having these noble ideas. Oh, we've created Superman. Now we need to create a Hades to his Zeus. No, it was a dude with a cigar sitting in the room going, it's Superman selling like gangbusters. We got to come up with another guy. Give me a weirdo, a bat dude or something. Like, and making the movie in a way to where here's some cool shit. Here's some cool shit. Can it go somewhere? Yes. Does it have to? Not necessarily. It can, right? If there's some demand for it. So I think we're gonna look back on the movie and be like, holy crap, this was a pretty smart way to do this new era of movie storytelling.
I can tell you who doesn't want to revisit it.
Who does?
That's Israel. You see,
they're not fans.
So check this out.
Well, let me because I've been wanting to say this for a while, and I keep forgetting to bring it up, and I saw a perfect moment. So there was a video I was watching. I think it was I forget which streamer it was, but I saw it on somebody else's channel. But basically, the long and short of it was they were talking about this whole thing. Because see, when I said that this is what this was James Gunn's treatise on the Gaza situation with Israel, and there were a lot of people like, no, you're overthinking it, man. You're looking for stuff where you're just Gaza brained and da 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 da. But here's the thing: I'm not the only one who thinks that, because Israel thinks that. So which one is it? Is it, am I overthinking that this is what it is? Or are they overthinking what it is? And I would love to know, because see, white supremacists love using Jewish people as a shield. They love using Jewish people and Zionism as a shield to kind of like, not to protect themselves, but to protect themselves, but more to protect the fact that you have anyone recognizing that they are white supremacists. It's just like, oh, I get to have they got the ethno state. That's actually kind of cool. I'd love to have an ethno state, but I mean, I don't have one, but they have one. I don't like them, but they have what I have. I kind of want to say, you know what? I'm going to just play along. I mean,
they have an ethno state because I don't like them.
Right, exactly.
I sure didn't want them here, so that's why I support them. Oh, by the way, my grandfather supported Nazi Germany until they attacked Japan, but,
no, don't worry about that. That's not important. That's not important. You See, that doesn't make me racist. That makes you racist because you pointed it out.
That's right. I can't believe you said that about
me. It's reverse racism.
Yeah. Right. Actually, you know what? I think you owe me an apology. I think you actually owe me an apology because that was my.
You know how much it hurts to be called racist?
Right?
Like racist is pretty much the new N-word. And I need y'all to understand that when you call me racist.
In fact, we need reparations to the core. Because the way that you talk.
But that was the thing. Like the thing is, the Zionists, the reason why they're upset about that scene, that whole setup, is because it's going to make you focus on something that you don't want to focus on. You have a choice. Do you ignore it? Yeah, or do you watch it and, because it's making you feel a certain type of way, because you're like, yeah, are the Moravians cartoonishly evil? Are they terrible people? Are they like mustache twirling villains? Yes. But it's making you think about something. And it's something that you don't want to admit. Exactly. That's exactly where I'm going. It's the fact that Israel.
Man, look at a post I just made on Threads today. That old lady on Threads, I want people to look at that shit. I don't even care if you follow me. Go to Leftface TV, go to the damn video, look at that video, and she said, what do you think about, she's asked this, what do you think about 20,000 kids, though? And she stares at me and she goes, I'm like, oh, you bitch. Oh, you are an evil fuck. And they are mustache twirling villains.
No. Here, I'll pull this up. I'll pull this up because I got it right here.
Oh, yeah. You should play that.
Here, let me, I'm going to push this back so we can get the full, there we go. Let's go back.
All you want is all the Palestinians gone. You can barely even bring yourself to say their name. All you want is to take over the West Bank and Gaza. You don't care how many die in the process. You want them all gone. You don't care, do you? That's the bottom line.
Look at that shit.
And all you want is all the Palestinians gone.
Why, dude?
Literally, she... Like, not even... Like, I know some people are like, well, no, it's a satellite difference. No, it's not satellite difference. She heard him. She's just like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No. Well, he was talking about the kids before that, and she was tired of answering because he wouldn't answer that. She wouldn't answer. She just kept going, they need to teach their kids not to hate us then. No, right, got it. But what do you think about the fact that 20,000 are dead now?
Where are they
be careful what they teach them. Yeah. It's like somebody asked that, she gives that fucking snippet.
Where are they going to teach it?
Well,
there's two specific types of Israelis right now. And some of them are like you said. Some of them are like, this is bullshit, right? But there's another version. And look, you can say it could be Russia and Afghanistan and whatever. If it speaks to you, that's what's lovely about art. If it speaks to you differently, fine, let it speak to you. But you are a fool if you think this is not Gaza, Israel. You are a fool.
Yeah.
And there are a group of, I went to r/Jewish because There's Jews with conscience or something like that. Those are like the anti-Zionists, and I like going in there saying what I mind my business, but I look. So I don't mind my business, but I just keep my mouth shut. Then there's r/Jewish, and those are like Zionists, hardcore. I did not see anybody mad at the movie. You know what I saw? A bunch of people saying, I watched it and I don't think it's about Israel.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sure.
It's like,
sure.
okay, dude. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Well, and the thing is like, because you do have to kind of, you do kind of have to look at what it is. The fact that, Boravia is a fucking cartoon villain of a country, but so is Israel.
Absolutely.
Israel is literally doing the same shit. They're literally, it's like, basically you have to look at it and it's like, do you accept it? Like, are you basically, it's going to cause a cognitive dissonance in your brain trying to, trying to compartmentalize it all. Like, you're like, oh, wait a minute.
About us?
Right? Man was the real.
Here's the thing. So there are a couple of spaces of cartoonish villainy that are happening in the real world that, some of these things are very clearly parallel. But some of these things are aligning because of the foolishness in the real world. And when I look at Israel, and of course, what we're doing is critiquing a nation state for its policies. We're not critiquing people based on their faith, their religion, or their ethnicity. As a nation state, yes, it's cartoonishly evil, right? The Superdome or the Golden Dome, right? The idea of these things that they rip off from movies to put into their methods of actually harming other living beings. But it doesn't stop with them.
That's right.
We talked about Maxwell Lord, right? And his muskishness, right? So I'm always thinking ill of him in the sense that he is literally poisoning a section of South Memphis right now while we're talking, right? Like, but he's also a cartoonish villain. This guy hasn't had an original thought the entire time, right? And a decade ago, people were calling this guy Tony Stark. When I look at that stupid truck, you know what I think of? Megaforce.
Oh, yeah.
Because he doesn't make things originally. Everything in his design aesthetic, in terms of his technology, can be best defined by the mid-1980s action thriller Runaway, starring Gene Simmons and Tom Selleck. All of that future-looking tech with the weird spike, that's that man's design aesthetic. The only place where it differs is the Megaforce truck and the robots that he stole from iRobot. That's it. And so we're dealing with people who are not only cartoonishly evil, but woefully unoriginal.
That's right.
Like, these people are the Legion of Doom mixed with the Keystone Cops, right?
Yeah.
And part of what makes them dangerous is that they're so comically stupid, right? It is frustrating. And Superman was right on the money because we needed a good guy to at least, in theory, punch these things.
I love that. I love that Runaway is back in the conversation. That's all I'm saying. I'm just, I for one, I love the heat-seeking bullets and the Tom Selleck of it all. It was, that was, man. That y'all don't realize how little not like 8, 9, 10-year-old Blerd Without Fear used to get excited when he would see it on the TV guide.
Oh, for sure.
I would just be like, "Ooh,
it's time.
I can't come outside today." Runaway is on.
There's a universe. There's a universe where Tom Selleck went ahead and played Indiana Jones, and Harrison Ford was in that movie.
Man, what did you say, bruh? Yes.
Hey, before we miss it, Hawk Girl dropping BB Putin.
BB Putin, yes.
Love it.
People
Love it.
got mad.
First of all,
People
I
got
love
mad.
that she had a hawk scream all the time.
Yeah.
That was dope to me.
I love it.
I love
Comic book. They said no, we're not going to take this seriously. Fuck you.
No.
Yeah, and I love her admission being about what Superman hasn't done yet, which is he hasn't had the effect on them yet that he's going to have. Right, he inspired them to go to Baravia and stand in, but they aren't so clean cut yet that you can't get your ass dropped from a death-defying height.
Right. That's right.
Because the game still needs that.
As a Dora the Explorer clap BB Putin, I love it.
She did. Hey, look, not only did she clap BB Putin, but she also got her cheeks clapped by Ellie on Last of Us. So I mean, hey, this was a win-win for everybody. Look, this is some.
She had her backpack when that happened.
Yeah, she did. Look, hey, it's the Trinity of Isabella Merced. That's precisely what that is. But no, real quick, we got a couple that I wanna throw in here. We got one from Screwface Capone says Bunk Moreland as Perry White. That is all. So I just want to say, not for nothing, the fact that we got we actually had what I think might be my personal favorite. I think everybody has we talk about my Superman, my this, my that, whatever. I think this might be my Perry. This might be my Perry White. I actually, you know what? I don't think. I know, because this man is out here getting the bag. I love seeing when actors don't give a damn. They're like, no. You want me to be in Thunderbolts? Cool. You need me to be in Superman? Yeah, I'm in. Yeah, I got you, baby. Let's go. Look, that is what that's why I like to always call the Jamon Hansu maneuver. Because Jamon Hansu was doing that shit. He was like, look, I'm going to be in these Shazam movies, but also if James called me for another Guardians or they want me in Captain Marvel or some shit, hey, your boy out here, just call me. But that's the real Marvel versus DC. Y'all just didn't know it. But no, Wendell Pierce was out here. He's out here getting the bag. I ain't mad at the brother.
Two-Face is right, though. An editor must have a code.
Man. Also, I love how they played it off at the end, kind of also leaning into the fact that talking about the secrets that people think that they're keeping, and come back later, he's like, so how long they been doing this? And Jimmy's like, oh yeah, probably about 3 months or something like that.
Yeah. I think the thing that I love the most, I'm glad you brought that up. I love that the hyper intelligent Lex Luthor has no clue.
Right.
Because he doesn't care about people. He doesn't care about the little things. There's that beat after he kills the falafel guy, which again,
Malik.
I got angry. Yeah.
I was mad. I was big mad. I didn't think he was gonna. I was hoping he didn't do it.
Yes, that got oddly dark. Even dropping BB, everything was like,
yeah.
Fuck, kill the for real? What the fuck?
Right?
And you know what was genius? Real quick. You know what was genius? That fucking Lex Luthor had the same reaction as us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know they was gonna.
I thought that was he was like, oh shit. Oh, yeah.
Because I thought he was gonna get another. I thought it would at least take another couple of tries. That's usually how movies will do. They're like, oh, okay, here, click. Oh, that didn't go. Oh, here, click. Oh, you don't usually expect the second one to be the one that And I think in some ways it was kind of, it was such a jarring thing that
It was.
Because I was literally just because he's crying. He's like, hey, Superman, don't worry about me. I don't have a family. I'm just a dude. So on and so forth. He's like, it's like, dude, how often do we get to see Superman talk to the way that he would maybe talk to someone who he's trying to, say, like
reassuring them.
It's the other person. It's the person who normally Superman would be saving, who's actually providing, trying to provide some level of comfort, some level of and I also appreciate the fact that like it wasn't like a throwaway. I mean, I know some people will probably see him as a throwaway character. I don't see him as such. I actually thought that this character was pretty damn important because he kind of was a way for us to understand who Superman is. That he is a guy who has been in Metropolis doing his thing so long that a random dude with a random falafel cart in Metropolis knows who's like he's talked to Superman multiple times and interacted with Superman multiple times. And and he was like, hey, I see my hero getting jumped on. Let me step in and try and set the record straight or try and hook your boy up, whatever, what have you. I like that. I like that they they actually called back to it.
Yeah, and after that, there's that beat where Lex says, "I'll be back with somebody else that I can kill."
That's right.
I might get that reporter that's always giving interviews, and then he goes, "Clark Kent," and I was like, "You idiot." Of course you can't see. And that's the other thing about Superman, right? Like they bring up the hypno glasses, but the other reality is this. Right now, like me and Ernie both live in the same city. Ernie, who's the lead reporter at the Commercial Appeal?
Shit.
Exactly. Right? And so
I
in a city of millions of people, what's the odds that you would know the sports writer by face? To where if you saw him flying around saving people, you would go, "Oh, that's the guy that does the 5 o'clock report."
And I know Quinn knows what I'm talking about, so this will be even more funny. It would be like if I found out the goofy ass dude that was always wearing the bow ties, who was the meteorologist. Yeah, like if we found out that motherfucker was Superman, I would be like, bull shit. And I even because I got into an argument with some people about this because like I had pointed out that like the hypno glasses, I was like, that's not some bullshit that James Gunn made up. That actually dates back to like the 70s, I think it was like the 70s era of Superman where like they were like, basically the glasses, it's like a form of Kryptonian plexiglass that came off of his ship. And his eyes naturally emit that wave that kind of like distorts what people see. But the glasses actually make it strong enough that like when he doesn't, or not when he does, but when he does have them on, people don't see him as what he might normally look like. And the fact that like even if you look into the situation that like, even if you look at it from the perspective of, like, because it's now been canonized that in the comics that Lex and Clark grew up together. They went to the same school. They lived in Smallville, together. Like, that's not just a TV show.
I watched Smallville.
Well, I mean,
somebody say,
right? Like they heard the whole thing, and now that somebody saved me, that's canon now. That's canon in the comics now.
That's it.
So
That's it.
And I don't know if Gunn's going this direction or not, but like if he does, maybe they will address this whether or not they actually did grow up together. But it does make sense why Lex can stand dead ass in his face and not recognize him. Even though
you think they were real? You think
the hypno glasses were real. No, James Gunn confirmed it. He confirmed it in an interview. He was like, yeah.
I thought it was like a silly, silly guess.
Like, I mean,
Green Lantern being silly.
They did the thing where, like, kind of like how Marvel does sometimes. They'll like bring up something, but they'll like they'll trivialize it by like kind of making it a joke, even though it is something that's actually happening. They'll kind of talk about it in such a way we're just kind of like, it's whatever, it's a thing. That's kind of what they did in this movie too. But James Gunn, he was talking to somebody in an interview about it, and he didn't say it wasn't real. He basically just kind of went on and talked about it more and talked about how the reason he got the idea to do it in the movie was because of Tom King. Because he was like, Tom King because he basically said, like, basically what James Gunn said was that he said, yeah, the thing I still can't jive with is that people don't recognize him because of the glasses. And he was like, and he basically said, Tom told him, he was like, no, there's this thing back in the 60s, and technically they kind of didn't really pay much attention after that, but like he said, it's a thing that is technically still canon because it comes up ever so often. So it was a thing. Like, I think it was a nice gag that, but yeah, and I would also say too that, like, especially you consider the fact that Guy knew who he was anyway. Like,
well, he told everybody. That's
he told,
the Clark of it all, right?
Right. Like, he was like,
and,
right. And the fact that, Lois even kind of said some, they kind of joked about it earlier and then kind of called back to it. But, like, the idea that Lex standing him dead ass in the face still couldn't like that. Like, it kind of makes me wonder if what route they're going to go with that. But yeah, it's I like it. I loved the.
I'm still here. I hadn't disappeared.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're all good.
Yeah.
You're all good. I'm gonna let's answer this one real quick. We got one from Xylism with $5. Says this movie also showed me that even Superman was not safe from cancel culture and how fast public opinion changed on him at the drop of a dime. Dude,
I'm not gonna lie.
100%.
I'm not gonna lie. That part I had to just like. Yes, people are like that, especially the internet. But he was the hero of the city, and just because his mom said something, I was like, all right, I'd buy it. I guess.
I mean, the reason why I can jive with it is because, I mean, shit, we've kind of seen people do that for real.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen people like an out of context video clip or out of context post. James Gunn caught it. I mean, granted, he kind of had it coming because those jokes did not. It wasn't even that those jokes didn't age well; they just weren't good jokes to be telling at all. But like, even after James Gunn had like apologized for it like 5 ever ago, someone brought them back up, and people acted like they were new all over again. Like, people were acting like he made those jokes that day.
Right.
So like I kind of get it, on some level, but also it was kind of also a commentary on how quickly people forget. Because even as quick as people turned on him, they also turned right back to him by the end of the movie. Where people like, because I think there was even a news report like, oh, he was the hero we always thought he was, yada yada yada, blah 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 blah. And I think that's just kind of in a world where the Daily Planet exists, a news organization that actually works the way the Fourth Estate is supposed to, actually trying to hold people in power accountable. Yeah.
What is that?
Now
you're talking silly.
Like what? What? What do you mean?
We're here to make money on the 24-hour news cycle.
It's like, come on,
keep the CEOs
man.
happy. That's what you're supposed to.
Right? Like that. I mean, no, that isn't that. I thought that was what we were supposed to do. Yeah. I mean, I'm here for it. And then you also got Jonathan Cantor's here with the 5. Also says, says this movie makes me excited for future heroes. I can't wait to see what James does with Flash. Hoping he uses Wally West instead of Barry Allen this time. So here's what I'm gonna tell you. This is what I think is gonna happen, because James Gunn is a student of the game, and I'm pretty sure, I forget exactly how old James Gunn actually is. But here, I'm gonna look it up right quick because I have literally Google right here. But James Gunn is 58 years old, so it's highly likely that he hails from a time and era where Barry Allen was the main dude, but he's also old enough to remember that Barry Allen was not around for like 20-some years. Barry was gone to glory for a hot minute. So I'm going to go to limb and say he's probably cognizant of the fact that maybe people might want to see Wally a little bit more, because some of the Flash's best moments happened under Wally's watch. So I hope that he sees it that way. But I'm going to tell you I'm excited for, and it's kind of something I wanted to allude to earlier. We were talking about crypto, was Supergirl. Because I feel like we're finally going to get a Supergirl that people Okay, I don't think this is a hot take. I don't think this is a hot take at all. I think we're finally gonna get a Supergirl who actually, like, this is gonna be everyone's first actual on-screen Supergirl. And what I mean by that is every Supergirl that we have had before, I don't give a fuck if it was that original, I think, when did that movie come out? It was like the 80s, wasn't it? The
80s something, 85 or something.
Yeah, there was that Supergirl movie that, look, let's be real, it was ass. And then you also had Smallville. I think you had Supergirl there. And you've got Sasha Calle, who was in the Flash movie, and then you've got Melissa Benoist, who was Supergirl in CW. They were all fine, sort of. Like the I forget the name. I can't remember the woman's name that was Supergirl in the original movie, but she also played the mom on the CW show. Oddly enough, but
I think that was Laura Lane. I think that was Lana Lane that played the mom on. No, on the CW
it was,
show. She played
it was like she played the
mom.
adopted mom.
Yes,
she played the adopted mom.
Yeah. Right.
But like basically the way they did it was those versions of Supergirl were just Clark, but with titties.
Reskinned, yeah.
Yeah.
Or that's one way of saying it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like, and I'm not even bullshitting what I'm saying. It's like literally what was Supergirl's personality in that movie and the TV show was like, oh, it's just Clark. It's just Clark. The only difference is he's a woman now. Isn't that crazy? It was basically old, kind of like what you were saying earlier about the guy with the cigar. He's like, all right, I got an idea, kids. I got an idea. This is what we do.
Yeah.
Well, you know that character we got? Yeah. That Hulk. You know, I tell you what'll do numbers. I know it'll do numbers. We're gonna make another Hulk. That's gonna be a woman.
She's a dame.
She's a dame. She's a dame.
Yeah.
And also
she has gams.
Right? And how we're gonna make the difference is we're gonna call her She-Hulk. You know, that's how.
And that's how you know it's a girl,
right?
That'll show them.
Like it's just the way people thought back then, and it's kind of how I feel people were still thinking back then. But then, like, you get the Smallville, whatever. I don't really have much of a memory of that Supergirl. That's just how little I thought of her. But and Sasha Calle's Supergirl in the Flash, she wasn't even around long enough for us to get a good read on her. So I don't even really have much of an opinion on her performance outside of I'm sad that she became Supergirl like while the DCEU was literally being like not on life support, but was being lowered into the ground. It was already in the casket. It was just they were hitting the crank to lower the casket down into the grave when she took it on. So I feel sorry for her for that. But like the thing is, we've never actually had a legitimate Supergirl on screen. Every Supergirl you have seen on screen has just been somebody's random interpretation of her. And this, what we saw with Millie Alcock at the end of the movie, she was basically playing something closer to the actual Supergirl you can expect to see in a comic book, where she's
Woman of Tomorrow.
Right. She's not Clark with boobs. She's not, we have the exact same personality. Isn't that crazy? It's none of that. She's literally a completely different person. She has a completely different way of looking at things. Yeah, sure. She does believe in good and doing what's right, but she also is a person who didn't grow up on Earth. She grew up somewhere else first, then came to Earth. So all of her core values, not that they're just radically different, but like the way she looks at things are very different because she's already experienced trauma. Like she actually remembers losing her parents. She remembers, like she was old enough to be like, oh shit, dude, Krypton is gone. Yeah, she knows. So like, yeah, you're getting a different character as opposed to like where Clark grew up with a very like almost kind of infantilized idea of what Krypton was.
Yeah.
Like it was a very sheltered idea what it was. But like Kara knows.
Right.
Like she was depending on what continuity you follow, Kara is either a teenager or damn near grown by the time she gets to Earth. You just depending on what continuity you jump in on. So yeah, I like the idea that when Millie Alcock shows up, she's just like drunk off her ass and just like a hot mess of a person. And
Not dealing with it in a healthy way. That's
No.
why I'm glad they went with the Green Lantern, because if they had picked a different Green Lantern, I feel like the other ones, they have their own personalities, but they'd be like Superman with the green ring. You know what I mean? I'm mature. I'm you know what I mean? Like I want somebody who's off,
Right. It would be
a
nice.
little personality in the mix.
Right.
Well, and I think it helps.
I think it strengthens, and I think that's the other thing that's good about this movie is Superman works when you have people to bounce off of him, when you have different personalities to work in concert with him. I think also, in terms of the way that the women of this movie were depicted, there was a lot of range. There was a lot of like Lois is a good reporter. She shook Superman. Right,
Yeah.
like you could see her.
I'm not gonna lie, that wouldn't fly with me. I'm just saying. I'm like, you're gonna do me like that? Okay.
Damn,
I
that's
love
crazy.
that though, because
I'm out.
that shows that you could put her in a room with the president. You could put her in a room with
she's
Lex
gonna do
Luthor.
her job.
And she's gonna do her job well.
Because that's Lois.
She's gonna get
right.
Lois isn't scared of shit.
That's right.
Oh,
and
she'll
so
wreck her own relationship.
Right. We talked about Eve Tessmacher, but I love that she is smart. Right. Those photos weren't accidents. That wasn't luck.
No.
Right. She isn't just blindly vain. She was somebody that, and even in her talks with Jimmy, she's talking to him about the way that the relationship is going. She knows what Lex has done to other girlfriends and stuff. She can see the writing on the wall, and she is protecting herself. So I really like a lot of the range that the women got to play Clark's mom, right? Like I love her voice because like the area that I live in, I got neighbors that talk. Hey, I'm really excited,
sweetheart, honey.
Well, that's what I was telling people. I was talking to somebody else about this. They were saying like, people don't really talk like that. I said, depends on where you're from. And I said, we got to remember, Smallville is in Kansas.
Yeah.
Like they live in the boonies.
I think a lot of people talk. I feel like a lot of people tell themselves too, because Ben Shapiro actually commented on them, talking about how like, and I don't know why, but they made his parents all ugly and stupid. And I'm like, bro,
wow,
you're telling on yourself right now.
I was like, what are you doing?
They came out to me. They came out sweet, down to earth, salt of the earth. Caring about their son.
You know what's crazy? James Gunn had an assistant or somebody, I can't remember, because it's in the press junkets. But he had someone who had a relative that was from Kansas. And there's a clip of her call, "Hey there, James. Somebody said you wanted me to give him a call." So that lady is doing an accent that is from a real person. So I don't know. Like people are telling
I love this portrayal.
I think that sometimes people forget that, and to be fair, I think people just forget where locations are. Like, I think people think Smallville, and you know what? I actually blame the TV show for this. I do actually blame the TV show for this, because the TV show got people thinking Smallville wasn't some like small it's just a small town that just so happens to be like not terribly far, from somewhere else. No, they kind of, because I'm not gonna hold you. That's actually kind of the reason I couldn't get jiggy with Smallville for a lot of the ways, because it just felt like Dawson's Creek but with Superman characters.
It was a Gilmore Girls town,
right? It was very Gilmore Girls. It was like a Hollywood version of what a small town is, or rather less. And even if you don't look at it that way, it's almost more like it's a small town, but it's not. It's a small town only because it's not as big as the smallest city, but like it's really close. I kind of think, like, I know Quinn, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. I kind of look at like the way they treated Smallville on the CW. They treated it more like it was Nashville.
100%.
They treat it like it was, because Nashville, it's in the middle of Tennessee, but Nashville is kind of like, honestly, I don't even like to think of like Nashville is obviously it's the state capital or whatever, fuck them or whatever.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
like for me, I feel like
And Marcy Blackburn.
First, look, Nashville can kiss my ass. There's a reason why we call it Trashville. But like
For sure.
But like to me, I never saw Smallville the way people probably saw it on the CW. I saw it as like just like because I think about a small town in the middle of bumfuck Egypt, Kansas. I think
Right.
of I'm like, oh yeah, these people are probably going to be a little country.
86% chance that they're super fucking racist.
Yeah,
But not the Kents. Not the Kents.
Not the Kents. Look. The Kents have actually let black people in their home before. It's okay.
That's right.
But no, I was like, no, this makes sense. I think people really need to. That's how you can kind of tell the well has been poisoned by by people having watched certain things, and like that's all that's in their head. It's like they can't see this other thing because they're too like their head canon is too protected. But I will say,
I think you're also kind of giving them a little bit too much credit because yes, I think that you're right.
Yeah,
that they are influenced by Smallville, but the reason why it's so influenced by Smallville is these motherfuckers have never left their damn state. They have no idea what the middle area is like in the first place. You know what I mean?
You know what it is? The Venn diagram of people who think that Ma and Pa Kim, this movie, were two country, and the people who drive through like a bumfuck Egypt town and do the like as a joke, it's a fucking circle.
Yeah.
It's a fucking circle.
Okay.
There's
I just want to say that I'm in Georgia and in Waze, my thing, there was traffic and it took me through these back roads, and I stopped at this gas station. Correction. Me and my wife were about to stop at this gas station in the middle of fucking nowhere. Across the street was a flag pole. Not a cheap one, like a little like the city put a fucking flagpole in. Whole ass Confederate flag on top. There was a sign at the bottom that says heritage or some shit of the Confederates. Had a number. I said, you know what? We're just gonna keep on driving. How about that? How about we just keep on driving? So I didn't make the sound thing, but it might as well have.
Well, it's a like, and Quinn, you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you mean, though. Yeah, I do.
But no, like
it's classist. It's what it is. It's classist.
Well,
it's ignorant behavior to think that because your country is stupid and all this other things. Like I said, that's why they're telling on themselves.
Well, and I was gonna say too, like I don't even have to drive that far outside of Memphis to run into people like Ma and Pa Kent. Just 15, 20 minutes up the road is like if you hit Covington, you'll hear all kind of motherfuckers that talk like Ma and Pa Kent. If you drive about an hour and maybe an hour or so, give or take, to like Jackson, Tennessee, Lakeland, hell, I know motherfuckers who live in fucking Collierville who talk like Ma and Pa Kent. I think the thing is, if you live in a city that is not in the South, I think anyone who lives in a city who is not in the South, I think you all just need to sit down. Just sit down, chill, take a beat on this one. Let actual Negroes who are from the South put y'all on game. Trust me, they exist. I encounter them all the time. There's a Ma and Pa Kent that lives 5 houses down from where I live.
I got one every day when I go running in the morning. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah,
how you doing?
Bro. Yeah, it's like, but I want to go back just real quick, and then we'll wrap up. I want to go to.
We got one question too.
I got a super chat here, cocked and loaded as well. But I just real quick, we got a nice little preview. And I actually like this.
I like that.
I like this.
I like all of it. I like all of it.
This right here where it's like, it doesn't say, instead of saying look up.
It's real crash.
Look out.
She will crash.
I thought that was
like,
Sweetie Todd at first when she poked her head out the corner. I was like,
oh no,
is that Sweetie Todd? Oh, no.
I love how that's her name now. I love how that's her name now.
Yeah.
It would never like it will never be corrected. It's just like everybody knows who we're talking about when we say Sweeney Todd now.
I have an idea, by the way.
Was
shirt. My next shirt. My next shirt is gonna say "I love Sweeney Todd."
Oh my god!
And you're only gonna get it if you watch this stream.
I believe it. I believe it. No,
wait,
don't you dare!
Sweeney.
Don't you dare! Don't y'all dare give that motherfucker any ideas to put her ass in this DCU. She'd stay farther. No, stay away.
Crossfire. I'm forwarding that. I'm adding.
Oh no!
I am adding him right now.
No. See,
Ernie
what
hates how much I love.
I just
what's her real name?
Her
Sydney Sweeney.
Sydney Sweeney. Yeah.
Well, no,
it's just that like everything I've ever seen her in, she just always has this doe-eyed look on her face. She always
it's just beautiful. Yeah.
No,
I get it.
It's you know what it is? I think I know what it is. It's because like subconsciously she makes that like the face that waifu like the waifu face that kind of like where like the eyes are kind of like crossed and their mouth is kind of hung open a little bit and their tongue is halfway out. Like she makes that face passively. She makes that face passively, and it's like, and I think
she's got resting waffle face.
Yeah, she's always like she's always just looking like that. I'm just always like, bruh.
Like, I don't even like white girls like that. Can I have one?
Right?
This is my one.
He's like, that's the one. Hey, look, I tell you what, the Dr. Umar and me wants to shut this down, but I'm gonna be better than that. Because we need the church. We need the church to be, or not the church, we need the school to be built. So I'm gonna,
that's right.
That's right. I'm gonna let
by the way,
go.
have you donated yet? You got all these people in the chat donating $5, and that's why the school's not ready. That's why the school's not ready.
That's the only problem.
But real quick,
there's one in here that's about to hurt my feelings. You're about to get to.
Oh, what's that? Oh, I think I know what it is.
You'll get to it.
Yeah, I see it.
and he's right. I just want to wait till the question gets read.
Oh, gotcha. So, dying to see more lower tier heroes. Give me Captain Atom, Red Tornado, and a proper Green Arrow and Black Canary. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't think the world is ready. I don't think the world is ready for a proper Green Arrow and Black Canary. I'm going to tell you why. These motherfuckers were sitting up here crying about Superman being woke. Y'all do not want to see Green. Like, okay.
You don't want Green Arrow?
No. Green Arrow. Okay, get that fucking CW shit out of your head, because that's not Green Arrow. That is like Ollie. I know y'all like, oh, but what about No, you don't. You that's not Green Arrow. Green Arrow's whole thing is that he's the ultimate SJW. He is all about wokeness. He is like Green Arrow.
And they made him a billionaire too.
Yeah, and here's the thing. He's the only good billionaire because he literally just gives his fucking money away. He literally goes out of his way to like to actually do the shit that billionaire like Bruce Wayne could never. Bruce Wayne wishes he could.
So he's a good billionaire, just like old girl from Law and Order SVU is the only good cop.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, I feel you.
That's basically it. That's basically what it is. But no,
it's Rich Aganda.
Right.
Yeah.
Like for me, yeah, I think us, when I say nobody, I'm talking about like the chuds. But like I'm talking about people like us here in the show, on the chat. We want Green Arrow. We want that authentic Green Arrow. But I'm telling y'all, the folks that are already crying about Superman being woke,
I can't wait,
dude. That fucking shit from like
it's not going anywhere though. James Gunn is not going to bend for these people, and especially because he only has so much power. The studios, he's gonna do whatever the fuck the studio tells him to do, but he made their money. He got to give a good message.
Oh, exactly.
And they're making their money. Boom. They're in.
So
it's done.
I got some for your ass because I actually laughed about this shit. How many of y'all remember that scene? How many of y'all remember that scene from Thunderbolts where Yelena leans in and tells Valentina, she's like, we own you now. When she leans in and she like whispers, like it's at the end of Thunderbolts.
Right.
And she leans in and she's just like,
during the last press conference.
Yeah, during that last, and she's just like, we own you now. That's what James Gunn and Peter Safran just did to David Zaslav.
Yeah.
They just leaned
sure.
in. They like, we got your ass, nigga.
Yeah.
We got you.
You can't say shit. After
And
the
what
money
You
starts rolling
green
in.
lighting everything.
I'm thinking about, I'm thinking about y'all talking about Green Arrow, and I'm like, oh, see, that's another one of those things this movie did well. It's setting the table for this battle of billionaires, right? You have this clock rotation where Lex Luthor is, and I mean temporarily, we all know, off the board, right? Like that's like Joker going to Arkham. So he's temporarily off the board. You see Maxwell Lord trying to slide into place. We know that Maxwell Lord isn't long for the good billionaire routine. So eventually Bruce has to come into place. And to have Ali as that.
That's going to be the big change right there, by the way.
Yeah.
Right.
That's going to be the birth of Justice League, because you're going to have Batman and his no kill, Superman and his no kill. That's it. That's endgame for the Justice Gang. It's going to be Justice League, and I think that's when the DCU is going to. Like, we're in the prologue right now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They call it Chapter 1. They keep calling it Chapter 1 Gods and Monsters, but it's really the prologue.
Yeah.
Of everything to come. And I think that the sooner we all accept it and acknowledge that we are moving towards an era of comic book movie that does not care about the chuds, it doesn't care about the haters, it only cares about telling good stories. They're not, James Gunn isn't bending over backwards because the chuds review bombed She-Hulk or the chuds review bombed the Marvels. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. People have been review bombing Superman. He does not care because the movie is still making money. He is just focused. Because here's the thing: when you tell a good story, that shit's future proof. It's future proof. It's foolproof. It's chud proof. The reason why,
and this will be the reason why they take Marvel's money.
Yeah. No. Because here's the thing: if James Gunn, he pays attention. I think that's the greatest strength he has. Because he's accessible in a way, but like, because he talks to people, he has his ear open to what people are looking for. And the thing is, I don't feel like Kevin Feige has that. So that's why everything kind of feels like, oh, they're just kind of jumping from one thing to the next, and something's going to do good here, or maybe something's going to do bad here, or and it always kind of feels like, and this is probably more of a Disney thing than a Marvel Studios thing, but like Disney always kind of feels
that's
like,
what I mean right there.
Yeah, it's like they're always so scared that they're going to piss somebody off or they're going to alienate somebody that they wind up making. And honestly, I don't know if you ever got around to watching this, but there's literally an episode of The Studio that's exactly about this sort of shit. That
we started last night, actually.
Oh, there you go. There's an episode.
We're like 2 episodes in right now, yeah.
So I think it's like episode 5 or 6, maybe 7. I think it's actually 6. Maybe. Whatever it is, you'll know it when you see it. Because they're going to be talking about casting for the Kool-Aid movie. And there's going to be a point where they are going to struggle so hard with whether or not, wait, do we cast this person? Oh, wait, if we do this, then we're racist against this group. Oh, no, if we do this, then we're racist against that group. Oh, if we do this makes us anti-black. Yeah. Oh, if we do this, it makes us anti-Jewish. Oh, if we do this. Like, they worry so much about trying to please everyone that they wind up just like, granted, we never see the fruits of the labor, but, they wind up, you could just tell that whatever it is they're making is probably not going to be good because of it. They're trying to serve too many masters. And I feel like James Gunn is only trying to serve one master. He's trying to serve,
as long as he's allowed to. And I think that was the golden era of Marvel, of MCU too. Yeah. Was Kevin Feige given the reins. But we saw what happened with Disney especially after Trump won. We see what they're doing. Yeah, Fantastic Four, I think is gonna be awesome, by the way. I think it's gonna be awesome, but I don't know if that spells success for the franchise as a whole, like what they're gonna do, because we saw that they did not have faith in Ironheart, but that was good. But the fact that they didn't have faith in it is already kind of scary. So as long as James Gunn gets to tell his story, I think we might be entering into the golden area of DCU. But I I gotta eat soon, so let's go to the next.
Yeah,
one.
we'll do that. Let's hit these last couple of super chats. We got Benu in space says with a $5 says Google how Richard Christie's parents inspired Ma and Pa Kent. They were taken
fucking
directly
shit, yeah.
from real people.
Good call.
Nice,
That is
nice.
actually yes. That's 100%. And for those who, like I said, if you're curious about how some of these things actually come together, a lot of your favorite things in the world, they weren't just made up by people like out of nowhere, apropos of nothing. a lot of things, they actually come from real world shit. That like it's not wokeness. It's called just being like, hey, what was it I saw the other day when someone was talking about how if you look at a lot of the designs for like Star Wars, like a lot of the ships and vehicles, they're all just fucking appliances and like tools and like power tools and shit you find laying around the house. If you just look for the simple parts, like I think one of the ships was just a fucking can opener.
Artists do these exercises.
Yeah,
where you'll take household appliances and you like make a spaceship out of it, and you make something cool out of it. So I mean,
that's all
that's
it ever
how it works.
is. And I mean, dude, I literally did it. I did the same exercise. I looked at a nail gun and was like, how can I take this nail gun and turn it into like a futuristic pistol? And I was like, okay, here, I just do this, draw this part right here, remove this piece because it's not necessary, but also take some of the design that's naturally in it and I can use it to kind of create new designs within the shape. It's... As I said, people be telling on themselves. Then we got one last one. Jonathan Cantress again with the 5 says, who of the Bat family do you think will show up? I don't think James will have them all. I don't think he will either. But I do think we're going to have a more full Bat family than what we've had.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I think you're going to get your Batman, you're going to get your Robin, you're going to get your Nightwing. You'll probably also, we already know we're getting Damian Wayne. He's pretty much already confirmed that. Whether Tim Drake is a thing is another story altogether, or maybe a Red Hood, possibly. I could see James.
A Huntress. I think a Huntress.
I could see a Huntress. I don't think so. Beyond Huntress, the only other one I would probably see is I could definitely see a Batgirl. I don't know if there would be a Batwoman that would exist in that in James Gunn's universe, so I would be perfectly fine with it if that was the case, if there was a Batwoman. But like once you start getting outside of some of those characters, like I don't think we're gonna be seeing Spoiler or Orphan or some of these other what was it, Bluebird, whatever the fuck old girl's name is, the fucking punk rock chick with the blue hair, or was it Blue Jay? I don't fucking remember. Anyway, look, we're not getting that. I don't look for no 20, 30, 40 motherfuckers to be hanging out in the Batcave.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's what I think.
You said that was the last one?
That was the last one that I see on the list.
So there's one from Damn You All.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I see it right here. Got it right here. Yep.
All right. That's the one I was talking about.
Oh.
Bannable opinion. After the Krypton vid, I fear I'm not going to care seeing Krypton getting murked. I fear I'm not going to care seeing... No.
Oh, yeah.
Why would you say that?
I mean, look.
Seek help. Seek help.
No.
That dog is awesome. Protect. Am I reading it wrong? Am I misreading?
Yeah, you're reading it wrong. No. So what Dan you all is saying?
After the crypto,
he's talking about Krypton, like basically like after the Jor-El.
Oh my god.
He's talking about
I read crypto the whole time, and I got there. I was. No. As soon as I read this, I'm gonna make.
No. They're talking about the video, like talking about, hey, Cal, get the bitches.
Explosion.
Like, yeah. So now if we do see Krypton get blown up, a lot of us are probably just gonna be like,
fuck them.
I mean, hey, sometimes planets blow up.
I think, yeah, because I think we'll get the destruction of Krypton vis-a-vis Brainiac. I think that's the way that you get
like
flashback
it'll
be like
shit?
a flashback.
Yeah,
So,
I can see that.
In a way, I do look forward to it now.
Yeah, you know, because you would see it from a perspective that we normally don't see. from the perspective of an artificial intelligence. Because I mean, really, Supergirl. I would actually like to see it in Supergirl too, like to some extent. But like,
That might be where it shows up. Yeah.
But I think Brainiac, if you framed it from the perspective of someone who's normally a villain, I feel like it would bring a cold calculus to it that would probably make us all kind of be like, ooh, I wonder, ooh, is this? Because Brainiac always has his reasons for why he's evil or whatever, but like be like, ooh, is this like something where like, are they maybe James Gunn flips or was like, hey man, I tried to tell y'all what the fuck was going on, y'all ain't want to listen to me, and now look, now our shit's blown up, and dude, fuck all y'all now, so I'm gonna handle this shit from now on. And like I could see that. I could actually easily see that. I would love to see that actually.
Dan said I'd never slander crypto like that.
Thank you.
Look,
that makes so much more sense. I feel better now.
Like
I'm glad I was wrong.
It's okay. It's okay.
So we got one question in the Discord. Kodoma, this is a good question. I like this. Greetings to super nerds of culture. Hope you are having a great evening in that well, I think it's all that it entails. My question for today is what is the deal with Stephen King? I heard he said some out of pocket on X, but wasn't sure if it was real or not or something else. Do we need to put him in a black hole with Neil Gaiman? Here, I'm gonna tell you right now. Hold on.
It was real.
I'm gonna go to my threads. I posted about Mom Donnie and Bernie Sanders trying to give him advice, and I said, oh fuck, here we go. And then somebody wrote, hold on, I got it right here. If I don't find it in 3 seconds. Okay, right there. Boom. This is the quote. And this is about my post, but it is also the answer to your question. If we just assume all old white men are wrong, the world would be a much better place.
there's a thing.
He's rich, he's white, he's old. Fuck.
There's a thing that I tweet a lot. And I might get heat for it, but I don't really care. I tweet frequently, all men and all white people have work to do.
Yeah, 100%.
100%. That's an easy way to kind of take care. Now, is it possible that there are some terrible women and some awful babies out there?
Of course.
Maybe. Yep. But I'd almost be willing to wager that behind that badness is probably a man or a white person. So
you gotta add straight people to that. You got it.
Oh yes,
the Holy Trinity.
Yes.
There's always room in that matrix to fuck up.
That's right.
Always.
That's right.
Always.
Sure.
Every goddamn time. Well,
man,
it's crazy to think about, but I'll. The whole thing with Stephen King, for those who don't know, basically, when talking about the Epstein files, he basically said to the tune of the Epstein files basically were about as real as the Tooth Fairy or Santa Claus. And then he later doubled down on it and said that the Epstein files are kind of like, people who've seen like UFOs. Like everybody knows someone who claims they've seen one or some shit like that. And
So what he said was, I'm on the
orgy at the end of it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So all I read out of all that was, my name's on the Epstein files, and I'm gonna help bury this shit.
That's all it said. That's literally all it said.
He's been against the administration at every turn and in every way. And this is the one where you decide, nah.
Yeah. Fuck them.
Nah, fuck them all. That's
shit,
you
man.
Can go down there and float, my guy. You can go down there and float.
You know where we tell them to go? To the wall, pimp. To the wall.
Before we accuse that man, let's not make. I'm fine. I'm good. I'm assuming right now. Assumption made. You'll be better off. Did you not read the threads post I just made? It's like. Look, if I got a bucket of snakes, are every one of them poisonous? Probably not, but I'm not trying to find out. So I think if you just treat them all like a bucket of snakes, you'd be good.
Easy money. Well, I think with that, Quinn, would you like to tell the good people again, remind the good people where they can find you?
don't bother looking for me on Twitter because I'm just getting into fights with the racist over there, so don't worry about that. But I'm
Be
on
there. Delete
Instagram
that shit.
at Quinn McGowan Art. Oh no, I got one more little operation that I'm involved in, and then I will be done with Twitter. But Quinn McGowan Art on IG and in most places. I'm Quinn McGowan most of the time. You could also find most of my stuff at legendspresscomics.com. I will be in San Diego, coming up here for San Diego Comic-Con. I'll be on the Legendary Black panel with Michael Davis, one of the founding members of the Milestone DC conglomerate. So that's going to be a good time. And, I'm always around. I'm in the city of Memphis, but, I travel and whatnot. So holler at me.
Look, go check him out. Go check out Project Wildfire. Keep your eyes peeled for I don't know if we can really say
sorry,
it.
I mean, you know how I am. Like, you say something when you want to, but
Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm excited.
So yeah, I mean, like I said, stay tuned. Stay tuned for Heart of the Darkness.
I'm about to say he was.
yeah. And look at go peep the offerings, man, because like I said, it's a lot of good stuff that's out there popping off. And
but Kellen's on the way though, so be ready for that.
Yeah. Like I said,
I am super excited about that.
I've been giddy as a kid in a fucking candy shop. I went through store credit.
I got that thing you sent me.
Okay,
you
did.
Okay. You sent me. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man. Yeah. We're headed the right direction.
Yes. Like I said, I'm as giddy as a kid. Like, look, giddy as a kid in a candy shop, and I got store credit.
That's right.
Credit. So that said, man, y'all go check out the stuff. Go check the stats. Please continue to support the channel. Hit that like button if you haven't done so already. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button too. Tap the notification bell as well, and make sure you click all notifications, because clicking personalized is as good as clicking none. So don't do that. Click all notifications. And I will also say, make sure that you guys are taking care of yourselves out there, doing all the right stuff, and also most importantly, being kind to each other out there, because that is the new punk rock, and the new hip hop. I would dare say. I think it's a little bit of both of those, if we're being honest.
True.
And make sure you. Robo, are you gonna be streaming this tomorrow? Actually,
tomorrow I'll be streaming, and just follow me at Left Face TV at pretty much everything.
Okay, bet. So with that said, let's let's just go ahead and go through our little checks and balances for Quinn McGowan, for Robo of Left Face TV. I am the Blerd Without Fear. And Lex Luthor, we got it for you, nigga.